Last time on Harbinger, our heroes went to the bathroom. Jameson Silvertongue guided our heroes to their new living space, a large boarding house near the Orchard Ward. After briefly arguing over who gets what room, the party left to get some bagels. They were being followed! Juniper spied the corrupt constables, Creevy and Sunder, attempting to track them on their journey. To shake their tail, the party sought refuge in the Interplanar House of Otherworldly Procurements. There, in the space between worlds, they encountered a strange fey creature named Chare, who wanted to make a deal. Our heroes would escort Chare to the material plane, and in exchange, the fairy would stay with them for 2 months. Returning home, the party enjoyed a nice dinner. It was cut short when the Shadow Man from Raven's past appeared, bearing a gift. As Diedrich and Hardtack examined the box left by the Shadow Man, Sunder and Creevy crashed through the front door. In the battle, Raven slew the orc and Hardtack knocked Creevy out. The party used questionable methods to get information out of Creevy, resulting in a heated debate. But what awaits our heroes? How will they mend their party? Find out right now on Harbinger.
I like that you called it a heated debate because what I have in my notes from last week is, let's see here. We're in our fighting era. Oops.
Not the fighting era.
That feels really accurate. We're in our fighting era.
The fighting arc.
Oh my god.
Man.
How will they
drama.
mend the party?
Yeah,
How
that last
will
episode
they?
really had everything, didn't it?
Torture, pee-pee, all of it.
Bagels.
Bagels.
Always. Okay, so we're going to start out as we always do, with some fun facts. So, Raven, you're at the top of the queue this time. Do you have a fun fact about yourself?
I do, and because we make our own rules here, we have a joint fun fact for you that is a Raven and Juniper fun fact.
Whoa! Cool.
Yeah, we make our own rules. Who's the DM? We will never know. So, in the time that Raven and Juniper had their, friendship, I would say they're like loose kinship from different worlds. Like, I don't know why I'm telling this. Anyway,
Set the stage.
with the little communication that they had across the years, the one thing that they did share, other than a few, little tips and tricks or a food here and there, was a little game of sticks and rocks. And in this game, you can maybe liken it to something kind of like tic-tac-toe, maybe possibly, but it involves sticks and rocks. And, if you were to go back in time a little bit and go into a little quiet corner of the forest, you might see a little Juniper and a little Raven playing a little game of sticks and rocks.
That is freaking adorable.
I love that.
I love
all
that
right,
too.
so that's Raven and Juniper's fun fact for
Uh-huh.
today?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Nice.
Well, that's good, because Juniper, you were next, but
Perfect.
you will go first next time.
There.
Right now, then, we'll go to Hardtack. Do you have a fun fact?
Yar.
Yar.
So when Hardtack was back in the height of his prime, in his prime pirating days, he actually made almost more money on a side hustle than through the loots that he procured in illegitimate ways on the seas. So he would take the scraps of boats that he sank and take all that wood back to shore, and he actually had a quite booming peg leg business where he would use the planks and wood from the hull of ships, whittle them down into peg legs, and sell them off to other pirates, and he made quite a bit of money. Usually it was to his victims after blowing their legs off with cannonballs. He would say, "Here, have a peg leg," and they would pay him for it.
Oh my god.
amazing.
Not the girl boss. Not the Hardtack girl boss.
And then he started an MLM about it. Sell 10 peg legs
Did
and
it
you can
have
be
a
on the next
name?
level.
Did it have a name, the peg leg business?
He'll have to really go back into his brain to remember what that is.
Dig deep. Okay, that's fine. All right.
But Hardtack will let you know soon.
All right, that's good, because I need to know that. All right, Diedrich, do you have a fun fact about yourself?
Yeah, Diedrich, as a street urchin, would sew extra pockets into his clothes. So, any scraps of fabric or whatever he had. So like his like jackets or like shirts or stuff would have just like a bunch of extra pockets that he would sew into there and hide stuff in.
Cool. Very practical.
Yeah.
And more trouble. Do you have a fun fact about yourself for us?
I realized I needed one, and I made one on the spot, so I
Nice.
hope you enjoy it.
Nice.
That's what 90% of them always
Yeah,
are.
Yeah, that's
Perfect.
usually most of the time.
So, More Trouble really likes to use this spell called Unseen Servant, and every time he uses it, he actually, in his mind, refers to the Unseen Servant as Invisilinus.
Oh my god.
Invisilinus.
Invisilinus.
It's like 3 puns in one.
Oh,
Thank you.
fuck.
10 out
Wow.
of 10. Love it.
All right. Well, this is off to a great start. Okay, so we're going to start out. Are we on the screen that I need? No, we're not. We start out exactly where we left off. Where
Yikes.
Creevy has. There we go.
Wait, I feel like we need like a quick, like I know you did a recap, but like just
When you just set the stage.
yeah, like we have just like broken this man
Yes.
for
Yes,
information.
we have.
We have
So-
hurt him. I almost sacrificed his soul to the box if I knew how. I got in a fight with Raven, who called me a child, and she was right. And then Hardtack said to Chare, I think this man wants to make a deal.
Yes. And so we see Creevy sitting, still injured, looking at Chare, who is grinning mischievously at him. And you see Creevy, he says, I want safe passage out of Sunhome, and I want my arm healed. And he raises his stone arm that Hardtack had pricked with a finger, with a dagger, Jesus, coated in basilisk venom.
Sorry, I'm just imagining pricked with his finger.
ET mode.
Ah.
Turns to stone.
Whoa.
And so Chare, he grins, and he says, "What are you willing to give me, pal?" And Creevy says, "It doesn't matter. Whatever you want. I just need to get out of here." And Chare says, "I'll do it for, how about, not much, but just a year of your life. Yeah?" And Creevy looks around at Diedrich and Hardtack and Raven's wolf, and he says, "I suppose 1 year off of my life is better than all of them." And he starts to reach his stone hand out, and he thinks better of it, and he reaches his left hand to Chare. And Chare says, "Alright, we got a deal." And they shake hands, and there's this bright light as Creevy looks horrified and shocked as his body disappears and explodes in this light. And Chare, where his hand was shaking Creevy's, closes around something, and he opens his hand, and there is a small circular gem, and you see Creevy is almost like frozen inside it. And
What?
Chare said, "It was this year. I wanted this year of your life." And he puts it in his pocket. And he says,
Oh my god!
Artak is feeling very glad that we as a group made very specific terms to our agreement, and is also hoping and wondering where he fucked up in that agreement. And it's just currently racking his brain of all the things that Chare could be doing.
Oh
so
my god!
Chare seems to, like, he looks at you, Hardtack, and he almost seems to, like, sense that these thoughts might be going through your head, and just, like, gives you a wink. And he just pats his pocket. And, from here
That was
we
so
cut.
hot. Like
between Shara and Hardtack.
It's a flirty
Oh my god.
It's always a flirty episode.
So we cut to outside, maybe 2 blocks away from the boarding house, and there's a very large tree that is growing in the center of one of the town squares. And we're at the ground level, the cobblestone streets. The boarding house is right by the Orchard Ward, one of the poorest districts, but right outside of it there is some greenery. And we pan from the big trunk of the tree all the way up to the many branches, the big branches that are sticking out, and we see Juniper sitting on the largest tree branch, just fuming, sitting in silence. And Juniper, you hear a voice call out to you from the bottom of the tree, and you look down, and you see a figure. More Trouble. Do you want to describe what your character looks like?
Yeah. So More Trouble is like your average height, like 5'8" to 5'10", kind of looking dude.
Average height.
He's
5'8" mousy boy.
A little mousy boy.
Sorry.
He wears just some simple clothes, just like a normal, like, you know, a black shirt and like regular pants, like basic shoes, you know, nothing too fancy. He's a tiefling, so he's like fully red. He's got his cool horns because he's cool like that.
Don't we know it around here?
Nothing too wild.
Cool.
Here, I'm gonna pull you up.
Are we gonna be called the horny boys?
Me.
So yeah,
Excuse me?
I've just blown
I
up
tried to ignore.
More Trouble in the roll 20. So, More Trouble, you have been strolling down, looking for your quarry, I guess, or quarries, and you've stumbled across an elf, and you know that what you're looking for is nearby. You're not 100% sure where it is, though. And you see that there's an elf sitting in a tree, just arms folded, staring at nothing. And what would you like to? You can go ahead and call out. Sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna have an RP moment, is what we call it in the biz.
In the biz.
Get ready, everybody.
All right. So More Trouble walks
Put on your
towards
best
the
R's
tree.
and P's.
He looks up and he sees someone up in the tree, and the first instinct that he has is to yell, "Are you good? Like, are you safe? You're not gonna fall, right?"
Juniper looks down and then turns the other way in the tree so that they don't have to see the stranger.
More Trouble goes to the other side of the tree immediately. I just want to make sure that you're good. Like, you just look sad, and I try to make sure.
I'm having a
that
moment, please. Thank you. It's better in silence. Thank you.
Was that long enough silence? Just want to check on you.
Oh shit.
Juniper does the same thing that they did earlier and switches to the other side of the tree.
I go around, but not as fast.
Alright, so I just created a section, More Trouble, in your character sheet called Hero Points. And I just gave you one.
Already, this is great.
We
Wow.
just started.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Juniper looks down and says, "I don't mean to be rude, but I'm having a rough day. Is there something that you needed?"
Yeah, I'm actually looking for a place where some refugees might be. I think it's called
Why?
Well, I'm coming to help them. They just went through something really tough, so I wanted to see if
How do
they
you know
needed.
about them? Wait, I don't know what you're talking about. I meant to say.
It seems like you do. Do you want to come down and talk about it?
No. Juniper goes to the other side of the tree again.
Well,
I don't.
So More Trouble tries to, you know, get around the tree again, but is like starting to get tired of this little game that they're playing, and looks up and shouts out, "Well, I was sent by Mikhail. Do Do you know
Juniper
anybody of that
rolls
name?
her eyes and comes down to underneath the tree.
Oh.
And says, when?
Just recently, I went over, but I was told to wait until they had housing, and now they have somewhere to live. So I wanted to go see if there's any way I can aid them.
What can you do to aid them?
I mean, I could lend a hand in any way that they need.
Any
Simple
way
task.
that they need?
We're flirting.
Did you fall? Did you fall out of that tree? You seem very confused. Did you fall out and climb back up?
I don't trust you.
Well, you trust me enough to come down.
I feel like Juniper's
No.
flirting. I feel like this is like Juniper's like blushing.
No. I think, let me think. Juniper says, I don't have the space in my brain to deal with this, but you could come with me when I go back to my friends, but for now, I need a moment in this tree. So could you just give me another minute?
More Trouble sits down crisscross.
Okay, Juniper goes back
At the
up
base
into
of
the tree.
Okay, so okay.
I need
so
my time, Tyler.
That's
I
fine.
just
it's
love
fine,
the
it's fine.
idea of like more trouble sitting down and just watching Juniper climb the tree. Like
Yeah.
the idea of that is just really funny to me.
More trouble sitting in front of the tree, just pulling grass up. And
Juniper needs a full anger processing time
Juniper just
amount.
wants a short rest.
before I can
Don't
deal with
lie.
any
That's
of
all
this.
you want. You just want a short rest.
I mean, I'd take a short rest. I don't know if I need one, but I'd take
Short rest is like an hour. Just
Oh yeah, give me an hour. I need an hour.
an hour. Okay.
More Trouble
Hour
shouts
in
out he doesn't have an
real
hour.
Time, Tyler.
Jesus. All right. So
I don't need an hour.
okay. Well, that's good because you're not getting one. So we cut back to the boarding house, and the three of you, after all of this commotion, you hear doors begin to open throughout the boarding house, and you see the boarders begin to come out, and they seem to be ready with things. With cleaning supplies, and they are already like Jameson Silvertongue. He comes up to the three of you, and he says, "You protected us twice now. We shan't forget it. The least that we can do is attempt some repairs and tidying up the place. So we'll take care of this. Don't you worry. I know the mending spell." And he starts like pew pew pew, like mending little 6-inch squares of wood. But besides that, they just seem to be cleaning up blood off of the floor. There is, however, the big corpse of an orc, still on the floor.
Ugh.
And
You killed him. Don't. Ugh.
Dude, I'm sorry.
You murdered it.
Chare-
Hardtack.
Yeah.
Sorry, Hardtack like kind of goes up to the group of people, and one of them's just holding an empty bucket, and Hardtack's like, "Where were you going to get that water?" And they tell him that they would have to walk, over to where they get the water out of the whatever water receptacle, and Hardtack just kind of hovers his hands over the bucket and casts Create Water, and just rain starts falling down out of his hands into the bucket to
Nice.
fill it up.
Nice,
Um,
nice,
Yeah.
nice. So yeah, so you can create up to 10 gallons of water with that.
It's definitely not 10 gallons, just enough to
Alright.
fill the bucket.
Okay. All right.
Or
Well,
just
I
a
mean, you
little bit
can't, like,
over, because this is the
like,
first
it
time he's
just-
really done it,
keeps
so he's just
going,
like,
and like, yeah, it's getting
it
closer and
overflows
closer,
a
and the
little
guy's
bit.
just like, and he just like gets another bucket and like just switches it out, like
yes.
like a bar tap, and you just
Yeah, just
keep going, yeah.
the tap was still going. Yeah.
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 That's great. Nice. So a little while of this cleaning goes by, and the three of you are just catching your breath. And
Dietrich is like not making eye contact with anyone, like very shamefully cleaning, and just nodding and like not talking.
yeah. So as this is happening, Chare, he flits up to you, Raven, and he says, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that that box, I don't think it's gonna steal a soul for anybody but you."
Is it still on the floor, or did Hardtack pick it up?
Hardtack has it.
Yeah, okay.
I have it.
Hardtack has it. Yeah, and he says, I was just getting the vibe from that thing, and the guy that dropped it off, seems like it's only gonna work for you. And you ask me, this is kind of fucked up, but
Makes sense.
I just wanted to let you know.
I mean, he's a
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it a lot. I'm gonna process that over here. Just-
Just walk away.
No, you have
the power to take somebody's soul away, but only you. Like, sick. Okay, great.
Cool.
Not any
So-
amount of responsibility at all. It's fine. I'm not sweating. You're sweating.
Thank you.
So like 20 minutes go by,
Sick.
and eventually the door opens, and in walks Juniper.
Okay, wait. I have something to say.
Yeah,
When as soon as we walk in.
yeah.
But if you have more to say, you finish you've set the scene. I
I
just
was
need,
just gonna say, Juniper walks in, and there's a tiefling next to her. But yeah, you go ahead.
okay. Juniper walks in and says, "I need to say something to all of you, and I don't want anyone to say a single thing until I finish saying the thing that I am going to say because I thought about it for quite some time, and I have to say it. Don't ever do that again, or I will leave and I will not come back. Okay? That was really upsetting. I have spent so much time being around people who do bad things, and I cannot continue to be around people who do bad things. Okay? Also, I met this person, but that's all. Thank you."
More Trouble's just standing there waving.
I think Raven would go over to Jay and like, I have a cloak. I'm gonna take my cloak off and put my cloak on her. That's what I'm gonna do. We don't need words. I'm just gonna put my cloak on you.
Juniper is gonna say, "I appreciate this a whole lot, but I'm actually really sweaty because I've been very angry, so I'm gonna give this back." But I really appreciate it.
Okay,
So-
Diedrich walks over to Juniper and gives her his wooden horse.
Flirty.
Thank you. I don't know if I have enough pockets for this, though. I heard you did.
I could sew a pocket into your coat if you want.
Okay, wait, can we backtrack? There's a friend here. There's a person here. Hello, who are you?
Hi, I'm More Trouble. I thought I'd let you deal with whatever that was for a second. I found this one up in a tree. He points over at Juniper.
I think
They do
the
that.
whole party
Who
just
are
like
you?
nods. Is like, yeah.
Checks out.
Okay. Well, I was sent by Mikhail. I'm here to help out
Mikhail?
the refugee. Yeah? Do you-
Sorry. Hi, Hardtack.
Mikhail, you've seen her? You've talked
You
to
know
her?
what kind of
When-
episode
when-
this is?
When did you talk with Mikhail?
I was fairly recently. I was
Like
Because
by
I
letter
go
or
around-
talking or
I talked to her.
exactly when? Tell how
It's
many
like-
days?
It was like a week ago.
Okay.
Maybe more, like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I went because I heard of the refugees that were.
Did she say
free?
anything else to you other than the freed anything else?
Do you normally cut people off?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely, I do.
Okay, that's fun.
You have
Anyway,
information. I need information.
all right, thank you. So I was sent to help out the refugees because I tend to do my best around this, city of ours to help out those less fortunate.
Oh.
And I'm assuming this is where they are.
This is yes, okay. So she didn't say anything else about anything or anyone or in your conversations, just the refugees.
Jack, come
I
on
think-
now.
I think I'm sorry. I think we need to. I think we
I'm
need
so
to share
sorry.
with you.
What is your
Okay.
name?
More trouble.
More
Oh.
trouble.
I
Hello,
promise I'm
I'm
not.
Raven.
I do think we need to share with you More Trouble that Mikhail is currently how best should I say this? Frozen in stone.
Frozen in what now?
In stone, yeah, she's stone. We just found out from
She's
from
been stoned.
she's yes. She was attacked with basilisk venom by none other than Creevy, who just so happens to currently be in Chari's pocket, the Feywild over there.
Wait,
This is a lot to dump on a new person.
More Trouble
But hi, welcome.
immediately
Thank you so much.
stops what's happening. And did you say Chare?
Yes,
Where-
Chari.
where
And he
is-
points over to
he's
Chari.
here?
So so you'll turn around. Char is talking to one of the refugees. His back is to all of you, and it seems like he hasn't been paying attention. But as soon as you say his name, he kind of turns around, and More Trouble, he looks at you, is like, More Trouble, what the fuck are you doing? And he gets up, stops talking to the refugee, flies directly over to More Trouble, and tackles you in a big hug. And he's like, "Hey, buddy, how you doing? How you doing?" And he, ruffles his hair.
Have you been causing more trouble?
He's like, "Oh, hey, I see what you mean. Hey, all right, this fucking guy, am I right? Hey,
we don't
I
fuck
look over
Yeah.
I look over my shoulder at all of them, and I just mouth, "You didn't make a deal, did you?"
Well, this might be exactly how Chari came to be in our company.
We definitely made a deal.
Do you want to look over it for us? And he's kind of pulling through his pockets to find the piece of paper with the deal written on it, and is holding it in front of More Trouble.
You're giving a whole lot of information to this person that we just met. I just want to make that clear.
Mikhail trusts him. I trust him.
Do we know that?
Okay,
though?
lover boy,
Mikhail
can we
didn't
just-
tell
we don't-
us.
We don't even know anything about him.
Anyways,
Okay, so you have a crush. Got it.
Char,
More than a crush at this point. Hey,
Char
yo!
says to you,
Hey, Hardtack, how'd you sleep last night, bestie? What were you got any dreams lately?
If you could see Hardtack blush in his red skin, you would at this moment, but you can't. So he's just
So
staring silently.
Chare says to you, More Trouble. He's like, "Yeah, these four. First of all, they're very trusting. At least 3 of them are. Juniper, not so much. But second of all, they've been going through some shit, my dude. They've been at each other's throats, metaphorically and sometimes literally, at each other's throats with drama. Lots of I feel like they need a good therapy session or something. There's a lot of unchecked aggression going on with these four people here."
Well, I do have an affinity for helping people, so if we need to do that, More Trouble looks around and notices that there's the refugees cleaning and wants to go over and help them a little bit while still staying engaged in the conversation.
Okay.
If you can.
Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So you begin to help the refugees clean. There is a bard there. His name is Jameson. It's this guy. And he, as soon as you come over, he kind of makes eye contact with you, and he does he's like, game recognized game, yes. And continues to help clean. But yeah, you can Aaron Sorkin walk and talk, clean and talk to the party.
Diedrich
Okay.
follows More Trouble to help.
Okay. So, More Trouble's gonna ask Diedrich, what's been happening with your group if there's all this drama? Can you give me the short of it?
I mean, it wasn't always like this. I don't know. We were just having fun, and then kind of got roped into helping, and I don't know, it was fun. I like sewing home. I like helping sometimes when it serves me, I guess. And well, we needed information, and it kind of got out of hand.
can anyone else hear their conversation? I'm just wondering.
I feel like Diedrich is probably not excited to talk to you guys right now, and is probably full of shame, and is not his charismatic, annoying self.
Quiet.
So quietly,
Okay.
he's talking to.
Well, so I will say, all right. So there's a
Hello?
fucking siren going by my apartment right now.
Who's there?
Wow.
Yeah, the police. No, so I will say that the room isn't that big. So if you would like to try and make a
Okay,
perception
basically,
check,
I want to do that. I want to make
Okay.
a perception
to
check.
see if
I want to
you
see if I
what's
can
going
hear.
on.
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh
All
boy.
right, so 10, perfectly average.
So she hears me.
So I'll say that because Yeah.
They
so yeah,
they
you
totally
can-
hear
yeah.
me. Okay.
Okay, basically, anytime Diedrich says something that's vague, like things got out of hand, Juniper is
filling in
gonna
the
say like,
story?
"Oh yeah, things got out of hand. Things got out of hand. How did that happen?"
That's funny as fuck. I love that. And
But like from across the, like not
Yeah.
necessarily specifically to be heard, but
Diedrich is
Yeah.
giving her side eye every time that happens. Yeah, we like murdered a guy like so quickly, and then like
so quickly.
I don't know, we like broke this guy's.
Oh, I don't know.
It's fine. Everything's
We?
fine.
Murder?
And we got tortury and weird and
Oh, we?
dark, and I thought we were
Yeah,
just
we all
having
did.
fun.
More Trouble immediately stops
We're not
Diedrich
having
and looks
fun
over at Juniper
anymore.
and asks, "Do you have input on this story?
Oh no,
Can
no,
we just get
continue.
the group together?"
Diedrich is close to tears. Just like everything's fine. It's fine.
So
More true.
Chara's like, well, why don't tell you what? Why don't we take this into another room? I think the board is here. They've got it. Let's take this into. You all go into Hardtack's room.
Nice king
the
bed.
remainder
Yeah.
of this conversation.
Shut up. The horny police coming to get you.
That wasn't horny.
Was.
Anyways,
I'm sitting
we're
on
all
my
in a-
bed.
well, we're all in one bed. Got it.
Nice. Yeah. More trouble. is also
Diedrich
sitting on
wants
the
to sit in the corner, holding his.
bed. Okay. Nice. Ravenswolf also hops. on
Juniper
the pillows
definitely has their
and
arms
takes-
crossed.
does a circle.
Yeah,
and
just does a
sits
little
down.
circle and
Yeah,
tucks its nose under the tail.
exactly. Yeah.
It's a sleepy puppy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So
More
Trouble's
trouble.
gonna
Wait,
stand
more
up.
trouble. Yeah, are you sitting on the bed with them?
I was sitting crisscross, but now that everyone's in the room and getting settled, I'm gonna pop up and
Okay.
I'm gonna stand and address the room and just ask, okay, you all seem to have gone through a lot of things and it's really affecting you. So what I want to do is just hear you out and hear what's happening from each one of you. Just real quick.
Okay. Who's going
Who
first?
starts?
More Trouble points at Diedrich. You're
I
about to
wasn't
cry.
even
You go
here for
first.
the whole thing.
I don't. Hello?
Yeah.
Diedrich's demons come to the surface. Hello?
Yeah, sorry. I'm moving. This is the last time this is gonna happen. We're gonna have random.
What
Diedrich,
was
rap
that?
about your problem.
Demon
Yeah,
chants
you'll
going
just
on
you'll
right
just
now.
have to make random noises yourself, Tyler, in the future.
Yeah.
Get some ideas in your head.
Well, yeah. well,
Don't forget
I'm
to do
thinking
the
just-
occasional siren, Tyler.
Yeah, yeah. In the middle of a very heartfelt moment,
Yes.
I'm just gonna be like.
That's perfect.
Sounds
Yeah.
great.
On brand. Okay, so Diedrich kind of just like sniffles and wipes his cheek and says, I don't know. I think I got over my head. I don't really want to hurt anybody. I just wanted to help my friends, but I don't know. Being around you guys sometimes makes me feel intensely. It makes me feel like I like you guys so much. I thought we were a family, but everything's fallen apart now. We hurt people. We didn't help anyone. I hurt people. I hurt me. I'm sorry. I don't know. And just goes back to hugging his knees.
More Trouble looks over to Diedrich and grabs one of the pillows from the bed and just brings it over to Diedrich to like hold
Oh,
while
Diedrich
sitting there sad.
hugs that fucking pillow. Oh man, he's got his face buried in it. Thank you.
Okay, and then More Trouble's gonna look over at Juniper and go, all right, you were up in that tree and you seemed pretty upset. What happened from your point of view?
I mean, Diedrich said it.
Anybody
It's
else?
just like about all you're gonna get out of Juniper. Yeah.
I look over at Raven. Do you have anything you want to say?
I think we are a group of people who are used to doing things by themselves and only by themselves. And what had happened was that doesn't always work. It doesn't work when we have a group of individualists that are trying to work together as a team, because everybody thinks that their idea is the best idea, and some people think that not doing anything is not that's not an action, it's an inaction. And shit sucks, basically. In summary.
Diedrich looks up at Raven and says, I get scared when you walk away.
I
So
don't think it's fair to say that after you took things to a level that I think, Diedrich, it's frustrating hearing you say that you were scared when your actions that you were choosing to do scared the rest of us.
You just doing what I thought we were supposed to do. I mean, Hardtech was so intense. I got caught up.
You were supposed to do that.
Hardtech was so intense. I got caught up in the interrogation, and I didn't mean to hurt anyone. I did hurt. I did hurt
keep
him.
Blaming everyone else.
Diedrich starts to cry. Yeah.
okay, More Trouble is gonna go over to Chare, and
He's like, you see what I mean, buddy? You're
Yeah.
a fucking mess.
there's a lot going on here. Do you think there's any way we could maybe do something to help them out? Because I feel like they just need to like communicate more as a team.
I agree. You know what? We could always do the dream thing. You remember the dream thing? You want to do that? You could be their guide.
Do you think they'd be okay with it?
I mean, it's up to them, Depends
know
on,
what?
if they're, and he says it a little loud, he's like, depends on if they're serious about growing as a group together,
More Trouble's gonna look at all of them and go and just tell them immediately that you all need to work better together if you're gonna be a team. And the only way to do that is by working together now.
Is this like a corporate
I know,
retreat for team bonding?
I know.
Is this the corporate retreat episode?
I was about to say, is this
You're-
the fucking
you're lucky
beach
that I'm
episode, bro? Dude, okay.
I think Hardtack has seen or heard everything that everybody's saying has been thinking, and he's just kind of been pondering there. And before he agrees to this, he's like, I think I want to say a couple of things. I think to each one of us, and myself.
The floor is your pipe, man.
Thank
Take
you.
the floor.
Yes, thank you, fellow tiefling. Juniper, I understand. You've come from a place where harm shouldn't become upon anyone. But I think you've seen how that at times can come back to hurt you in your own ways. With the first trip we went out with, the people that were doing their rituals, their chant, your former I don't know what you would call them, but the group of elves in the forest.
That was
And-
my family.
Yes. But that can come back to hurt in terms of only trying never to hurt anyone can cause just as much damage to unrelated people, it seems. And Diedrich, I understand that what I was doing was intense, and I own and am responsible for all of my actions. I knew what I was doing. I knew how it might be perceived by the people around, but in the end, it got information. It got what we needed. We know where to go next. And he didn't die. And I thank Raven and Juniper for convincing me to not kill the man. That was definitely an intent at a certain point. But Diedrich, I think you need to also try to make your own decisions and try not to, not necessarily blame, but take inspiration from everybody else. You are your own tiefling. You make your own decisions, and you need to be responsible for them as well. And Raven, I appreciate taking Sunder down with your wolf. That was incredible work.
Great work. Good murder. Great job, team.
Great job protecting everybody here. But I also think that you started to speak up more during this, and I think that is what we as a group need, is somebody to try to bring us together. I'm sorry, Juniper, if anything I did was upsetting to you. But I do take responsibility. It was definitely everything that I meant to do, and I did. And now we have information, and now we move forward from here. How can we come together as a group?
I think it doesn't matter what happened, right? Like, we all know what happened. The thing that I will not be a part of is hurting someone more than necessary just for the sake of, even if it's for the sake of information. We don't need to do that. We're not going to turn into the people that we're saying that we're trying not to be, right? What you said, sure. The people that raised me thought they were doing what was best for the world, and instead hurt tons of people. Just because we think we're doing what's best for information or for whatever, if it's hurting people, we're not doing the right thing. We're not doing the right thing if we're hurting people. So, yeah, I think...
Can we do the right thing in this situation without hurting anyone? Do you think that's a possibility?
I'm not saying that we shouldn't ever hurt people. I'm saying that we can't keep being in these situations where we, like, consciously decide, oh, in order to get to the next step or whatever, we need to hurt this person. I understand we're dealing with people who have harmed other people and will harm us. I understand that, and I'm not saying that we're never gonna harm people, but we can't just, like, hurt someone after they're no longer a threat. Like, this is unreasonable. Or if someone is a threat and, like, the result is that we need to hurt them, like, I just think that we need to form better lines and then not cross them, because hurting someone, just continuing to hurt someone after they've given us sufficient information, I can't be around that. I can't continue to be in a group that says that they're doing the right thing and the price of that thing is harm. I'm not willing to pay that price.
Juniper, you can give yourself a hero point.
I think I might be maxed out. I gotta start using
Oh, yeah,
these.
you maxed out. Oh, yeah, you gotta start
I'm
using
a
hero points.
hero. Capital H.
Oh, damn.
I love that you got one from a rousing speech. I got one for going around a tree.
Different strokes.
I got
for
one.
different folks,
I got one
baby.
for a Marvel hero pose jumping out of a window. It's
Yeah.
very
And I like
subjective.
that-
Diedrich lifts his head up, sniffles some more, and just says, I used to set boundaries that we wouldn't cross. It was like all we had. Just these kids running around Sunhome, no parents, no nothing, and we had to have, like, rules and stuff. And I don't know, I guess somewhere along the way I kind of lost them, and I did cross a line. I've never been this kind of person. I was just trying to I just wanted to have fun. Never had to face the stakes like this before. The only stakes I faced is, like, the law or a night in jail. Like, it's never been the end of the world or, you know. I'm sorry.
So at that, Chare, he looks at More Trouble, and he says, I think they're ready. I think they're ready for it.
I agree.
So Chare, he says to the four of you, says, I'm gonna do an exercise that it tends to help with building group morale, and it helps to get you all to understand each other a little better. You know what I'm saying?
I'm scared.
And he says,
No, what are you saying?
I don't understand any of this at all.
No
not even
idea
a little
what's going on.
So he says, in my experience, you gotta open up to let people in. You know, you gotta walk a mile in their shoes, as it were. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you gotta. I forgot. He looks at Juniper. He's like, "Hey, you ain't wearing those shoes." All right. So
You gonna borrow my moon Crocs?
basically what I'm thinking is we're gonna do a little mind exercise. And more trouble here.
Mime,
you
you
know.
said?
Diedrich starts to like rub his temples.
Yeah, no, none like that. He says, basically, I'm gonna knock the 4 of you out, the 5 of you, and you're all gonna be in a shared dream state.
This feels like a terrible idea.
What?
No, it's perfectly safe. And more trouble. That's
More
what I'm
trouble
saying.
starts setting up pillows on the floor.
What?
Hartek gets on the bed.
He's like, basically, you're gonna see where you're coming from. You know, you're gonna see what makes you tick, what makes you the people you are. I think it's important,
Hartek asks.
especially because it's because you can. All right, look,
Will it at least be a restful sleep?
of course, yeah.
Sounds like
yeah.
not at all restful. This sounds like hard work.
I mean, ideally, healing is hard work, you know.
Give yourself a hero point, Tyler.
Thanks. Okay. Ding. All right.
For all those rolls.
Healing
Yeah.
is hard.
No, he's
work.
gonna use he's gonna use a hero point for an enemy's attack
like
or
a
something.
dragon.
Oh god.
I'm just gonna use it the next time
BG.
you're telling me I'm drinking piss. I'm gonna be like, nope, hero point, not. So yeah. So he says, all right. Now basically is all right. More Trouble's already got pillows on the floor. Thank you. And he reaches out his hands and he sits down in between 2 of the pillows. And he kind of like he looks at the 4 and he's just like pat 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 on the pillows.
I think this is a terrible idea. What happens if... I don't know if you were listening to our whole our story earlier about all the stuff that we've been through, but it involves a whole lot of people coming to fight us. Just so you know, a whole bunch of people.
Yeah. You ain't gonna
What
be
happens if
asleep
that
for,
happens
like,
while we're asleep?
I'll wake you up.
This seems like a bad idea.
I could use a nap. And Hartek's
Well,
already
you're
laying
gonna-
down, just like
You're
waiting.
gonna sleep anyway. You know, this is.
I'm not, personally.
Diedrich
All
lays
right,
on
well,
it, lays on the pillow he was hugging, and says, "All right, I'm game."
Ideally, this shouldn't take more than an hour or so. You know.
I like the
This is
idea
only
of all of us
4
starting to lay down, but Juniper, and Juniper's
And
like,
Juniper just, like,
what?
standing
What are you doing? Get what? You guys are all
Hartek's
gay.
already
I don't
on
think
the
this is
floor.
a good
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
I really don't think this is a good idea. I just worry about our physical bodies here with only this one. No offense, Chara, because you're very capable, but it's just that one person to guard the physical safety
Juniper,
of
Lay down.
it just seems like a
I
lot. And
I think Raven would just like nudge with her elbow, just like nudge and be like, an hour can't hurt. Like it's just an hour. Like
Juniper starts to like sit down, but like
Still complaining?
like starts to sit down and then stands back up and says, I think that's because I and then like sits back down a little bit more, but then like lays down, but then sits back up and says, but just because I think, but I just, and then a couple of
So
times.
Raven wants to use her wolf as her pillow instead of a pillow.
That's fine. That's yeah.
He's
Yeah, so
warmer.
you sit on the ground and you lean back, and your wolf is just curled around you.
Yeah.
Hartek is still laying there, and he just casts Thaumaturgy to have a whisper behind Juniper's ear saying, "Just lay down, please, so I can sleep."
So, Chare, he begins chanting in Sylvan, which is a language that none of you can speak. It is the language of High Fae, and he begins chanting, and he claps his hands together, and this flurry of different colored energy begins leaking between his fingers, and he blows it all out, and it looks like this multicolored dust, this like pocket rave, floats in the center of the circle of all of you. And he looks at More Trouble and he says, "All right, buddy, have fun." And at that, the 5 of you find yourselves in a... Well, we're going to theater of the mind this, I suppose. The 5 of you find yourselves in a forest. right now, you see that, so the air around you is, you can smell flowers, you can smell mulch on the ground, you can hear the chirping of crickets and the buzzing of cicadas. And you see a face that the four of you have recognized from a while back. It is the elf that was the leader of the druids. Juniper, you recognize Melchior at first glance. He looks a little younger, not too much younger. He doesn't look as scarred. And standing next to him, is a young Juniper. About, I don't know, whatever, the equivalent of like 7 or 8 years old, maybe 9 years old. And he says, "Juniper, come. It's time. Today is a very important day for you, my dear." And he takes you deep into the forest. It takes a few hours. And you're traveling mostly in silence. You ask a couple of questions like, where are we going? What are we doing? And he says, "Don't worry, you'll see. It'll all be worth it." Eventually you get to a clearing. It seems as though there is a small stream that bisects the forest. One that you've never seen before. And this place is teeming with life. There are animals everywhere. Bugs, birds, little fish going through the stream. And Melchior stops, and he sits on the ground. And he takes a deep breath. He closes his eyes, and he's like, "Can you feel it, Juniper? The balance. Life, nature, it's everywhere." And he motions for you to sit next to him. And you all, the five of you are, I want to say that you're like kind of in like Scrooge mode, where you're all like kind of translucent and just standing around watching this happen.
Spirit worlding it.
Yeah, you're spirit worlding it, exactly. And little Juniper sits down and he says, "Humans, they raise their young differently than we do. Makers of the child raise it and teach it. That's family to them. But here in the woods, we are all family. We choose to be family. And because of this, we're strong. Humans have their plans and their need to control things. But it doesn't matter to us. We protect each other, Juniper. We protect nature." And he asks you to close your eyes. And you do. You take a deep breath. And for the first time, your green sight activates. And you begin to witness the energy all around you and how life interacts with life. And your eyes come to a small patch of dirt in front of you. There's no grass. It seems as though it's been recently tilled. And you lean in, and something pokes out of the dirt. A little nose. And coming up, followed by a furry head and these little claws, is a badger. And you make eye contact with this badger, and the change happens immediately. Your first wild shape. Your form blurs, and within moments, there are two badgers looking at each other. One coming out of the dirt, and one of them sitting next to Melchior. And he laughs, and he says, "I was wondering what your first shape would be, Juniper." And you look up nervously, realizing that you've just transformed into an animal. And he says, breathe. everything is normal. And you spend the next hour in your wild shape, exploring nature, exploring yourself, and getting to know your place in nature, and getting to reestablish your love with the balance all around you. I have in my notes RP moment. So if the five of you watching, you can interact with each other. More Trouble, you know that in this state, you all can't interact with what's going on, but you can interact with each other. Yeah.
So More Trouble's gonna look over at the group and be like, "Do you get it now? We're gonna be seeing what's happening in your past."
Hardtack kind of looks a little bit nervous. It's like, oh, okay. I get it now.
Nice.
I wish I could be a badger at 7 years old. He kind of
cool
says to
day.
himself.
You must have been really scared when you changed.
It's interesting looking back. I think I don't remember being scared. I think I must have been, yeah. But I think, have you ever had a moment where you just like you feel like you're exactly where you're supposed to be? I remember feeling like that today. I mean, this day, whatever this is. I remember feeling like that.
So,
Out of character. Damn, Juniper. You were just like with it with the RP and the talking and the
I'm an
language.
actor.
Yeah.
nice.
Writer, actor, director, producer. Damn.
So after Juniper says this, a doorway shimmers in the base of a very large tree. And Juniper, you don't recognize this as being part of the memory. More Trouble, you recognize it as part of the process of this process, where it is the doorway to the next memory.
So More Trouble kind of wants to see how the group is reacting to what's going on around them being in a memory before we go to the next one, just to like take note to see it. Is there a way if I could tell if everyone is understanding what's going on yet? Or
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you can roll me an insight if you want to like roll it. Then like you could roll an insight, or I could probably just give it to you.
Or we
It
could
seems
just-
like
or
they
we
all
could
kind of
RP
understand
it.
what's going
Yeah.
on.
Okay.
We can RP it too.
I mean,
like,
I
once we look
definitely
at
understand it because I
Yeah.
remember this day.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And I hopefully made that clear from like what I said just now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So then I guess the next thing I'm gonna talk to the group. Are you all ready to move to the next one?
Diedrich is like interacting with the badgers, like, or trying to. Diedrich is like I assume like it's kind of ghost hands, like it just kind of goes
Yeah.
through it. So
Yeah,
Diedrich
it's like
is
a hologram. Just
yeah,
like,
Diedrich is like very much like interacting with the space, like realizing that he can't touch anything. That he's like, it's so strange. I feel like I can smell the air and feel the breeze, but we're not here. We're not actually here. We weren't here this day. I don't even think I was born. How old are you again, Juniper?
Definitely
Don't answer
weren't
that.
born yet. So you all begin to walk to the next door, to the door to the next memory. And as
As we're walking,
go.
Juniper's gonna go last and just like look. Is
Last look.
are we still looking at like Juniper as Badger and Melchior is there also?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, Juniper's just gonna do like a long stare at Melchior
Okay.
and then
You
leave.
do that.
all.
Juniper, I will say that so you look back and you see for the first time in a very long time, you see a wide smile on Melchior's face. as he's looking at you, and he's just laughing. And you cross through the doorway.
Oh,
The
that almost
air
got me.
the air changes. It's no longer full of birds. It's now salt and wind howling and the spray of the sea as you're all on a ship that seems to be going through some tough waters. And there is a crew desperately holding onto rigging and ropes and trying to pull things out. And you hear someone call from the helm of the ship. You turn and you see a young hardtack, hair jet black, and his horns, manicured and bedecked. Did you decorate your horns when you were
Oh,
on
absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, awesome.
I would take little rings that we would find on people's ship and just kind of make sure that the biggest one was at the bottom, and they would just kind of stack along the.
Nice.
this horn.
Bedazzled your horns.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you horn dazzled. Perfect.
That's right.
So you see hardtack, and he's got this lavish coat, horns decked out, and he's just shouting orders to the crew. And he looks up at the sky, and the sky is turning darker and darker. The clouds are black, and the blip blip blip. There's a loud snap as a rope breaks and strikes the first mate. Hardtack jumps off of the wheel part area. Help me out.
What's it called?
And, what's the part with the wheel?
It depends on the type of ship, but it might be the poop deck. But yes.
The poop deck. That's fine. All right. I can't say that seriously. All right. So he jumps off the poop deck. And he runs over, grabs the rope, secures it into place, and suddenly the storm stops. The clouds are still black, but the sea is perfectly calm, and the first mate looks nervously up at the sky. And he says, "Cotton, in all our years I've never seen anything like this." And Hardtack puts a reassuring hand on the first mate's shoulder. And what do you say to him, young Hardtack?
I think Hardtack says, "I've seen a lot of bad storms. This is not near the worst. I think we'll be fine."
So he gives you a nod and he says, "Aye, Cotton. I hope you're right, for all our sakes."
You have to stop making everyone have
So sexy,
that accent,
Tyler.
because please,
It's
you know what it
sexy.
does to all of us.
That's what's doing it for you.
We have told you
Please, not
many
just
times,
me.
Tyler. You can't keep doing this.
Hardtack's just got a sexy crew. You can't
I
blame
tried
the
to
guy.
make
I mean,
that
don't
the
stop. What I
least
mean is don't
sexy
stop.
accent.
Sorry,
Are you
Bestie,
kidding
it
me?
was hot as
Possibly
fuck.
could.
I'm sorry.
I tried
I meant to say keep them coming.
All right, so
Glad we're doing
A
therapy this
group of
episode.
shirtless, burly men were hauling on the ropes of the ship.
Hell yeah. Hell,
Um,
get into it.
Anyways, I'm so sorry.
that's fine.
Kenny's so
So-
disappointed.
So at this, suddenly the sea churns below the ship as these huge tentacles erupt from beneath the surface and begin grabbing at the crew. And Hardtack, without even thinking, draws a sword, begins cutting at the tentacles. The crew begins to do the same, and they're just cutting and hacking at these tentacles that are grabbing at the crew and trying to snap parts of the mast. The first mate gets grabbed immediately, and the cabin boy also gets grabbed, and they begin to get dragged off.
Cabin boy, hey, yo.
A third tentacle wraps around Hardtack and begins to pull, but Hardtack stabs it with his sword, and it loosens and lets go. However, the first mate, the last thing that Hardtack sees of the first mate is when they make eye contact with each other, and he just reaches out and inhales to cry out and just gets dragged under the water. And now I also have written RP moment in my notes.
Dietrich is like freaking out and like
like forgetting that he cannot interact with the scene and is trying to like grab people.
Okay, yeah.
I think Raven has a lot of fear in her eyes, like fear for what she's seeing, but like fear of what's to come also. Like just
Oh
a
my
lot
God.
of
Aren't you scared of the
Fear.
ocean, or was that Juniper?
no, I'm
Oh, that
I
was
don't-
Juniper before Sharkfidence.
Oh, Sharkfidence. I forgot about
the shark
Sharkfidence.
fitness really is.
Juniper's fine
Yeah, I
now,
forgot
I'm
about
good now.
Sharkfidence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
you
okay.
see Hardtack. He almost always has a stoic face, and doesn't try to show any emotion. But you start to see just a bit of kind of sadness and disappointment, a little bit of a quiver in the bottom of his lip. And he just kind of looks down and says, "That was the last crew I had. And I felt like I failed them. Especially giving them the confidence or promise that we'd be fine. But they say the sea is unpredictable, and it was a lesson learned. But I vowed that day that anytime I came across a new crew or a new ship or people that needed to look up to me, that I would never, ever let them down or let harm befall them if I could do anything, good or bad, evil or not, that could prevent their harm. So
More Trouble walks over, places a hand on Hardtack's shoulder, and I can tell that you really care for these people. And it's not your fault that they're gone. You gave them confidence. You made them feel stronger. And that's not bad. That's a leader. I turn to the rest of the group. You all have been through so much in your lives before this group and during this group. And we need to get you all back on the same page.
Tyler, are we we're not like talking heads over the scene. We're not viewing it
No,
like we're in a
you're
dream. We're physically standing
on the
ship.
boat.
Got
Yeah,
it.
yeah. And you can feel the wind howling. You can hear it in your ears, though it's muted. And you can feel the sea. You can feel the cold, but you can't physically touch things. And as this happens, the sea begins to calm, and the boat begins to go, as follows the memory. But something strange happens that wasn't in the memory. Hardtack, you peer out into the water where the first mate was taken, and there are two large glowing red eyes that seem impossibly deep, but just as impossibly huge. The four of you notice it as well.
Hardtack? What's happening?
And you hear, all of you in your minds,
Intruders. You dare trespass on a mind that does not belong to you.
How did you do that?
Hardtack is mine.
Hardtack?
and
Hardtack, do you speak in
I think it's
third
time to get
person
out of here.
frequently? Is that a...
Diedrich runs
It's
up to
time
to get out of
Hardtack
here.
and is like holding on to him.
more
How did
trouble.
you do that?
You begin to call out for Chare. There's no answer.
Great. Amazing.
And
I
the
knew this
door,
was a
the
bad
door to the
idea.
next
Oh,
memory
no.
does appear, and these otherworldly tentacles begin to emerge that look nothing like the ones from the memory. These look sickly and dark green. They're dripping ichor, and they're beginning to reach toward the 5 of you. What would you all like to do?
Hardtack, what's happening?
What do you mean? What do I want to do?
The tentacles. We have to with the tentacles. No talking.
Don't harm the tentacles. Just get out of here.
What? You know what
Don't
this is?
Go through the
tentacles.
door.
Is this a
I'll
part
be
of the
last.
memory?
Go through the door.
Juniper's gonna head right for that door.
This is new to me. Go through the door.
I'm listening to your advice in this moment.
It's his
Yeah.
head. Hey,
Yeah.
the guy
I
said
think-
he owns Hardtack, so let's just go. And
I think it's best we run. I don't feel like we have a lot of time
we
to
just
decide.
run.
I'm already running.
Diedrich is
Okay.
not
Through the
leaving
door.
Hardtack's side until he moves.
Okay, so More Trouble, Juniper, and Raven run through the door. Hardtack and Diedrich.
Hardtack?
So
Know
yeah.
what this is?
I know who this is. Yes.
Who this is?
I think you should go, Diedrich.
What about you?
I'll be fine.
Promise?
As much of a promise I can give.
Not leaving unless you tell me you're gonna be okay.
I'll be fine. I've met this person before. If you could call it a person, I don't think you could, but I've met this before.
The amount of anxiety I have that Testy's voice is coming through and not Hardtack, so I'm like,
Use your Hardtack voice, you're triggering Ariel.
freaking out, man.
You're triggering your wife. Do not use your husband voice right now. Diedrich reluctantly lets go of Hardtack's hand, but then on the way to the door, Diedrich yells to the void, "Please don't hurt him! We need him!" And then runs to the door.
So you go through.
Yeah.
Hardtack. The tentacles stop, and they retract back into the sea of your memory. And the voice of your patron echoes through your mind.
Have you brought me more offerings, Hardtack?
Not yet. I'm working on it.
I will see you soon.
And at that, the ship lurches back, and you are flung through the door.
Did you
And we
offer
come-
up your fucking crew to your patron? I know I'm not supposed to know that in game, like Diedrich would not know that, but holy shit, is that what fucking happened?
So
I will say not to Hardtack's recollection.
Okay, okay.
So yeah.
Oh, God.
So we come
Oh,
to
God.
a completely different scene. The 5 of you appear at the same time in Sunhome.
Hardtack,
The-
Hardtack, are you okay?
Ah, I told you I'd be fine. I'm
What
all right.
was that? Wait, are we back?
Just a good friend of mine. Don't worry about it.
You're in a dirty alleyway.
Wait,
My favorite place to be, a dirty
wait a
alleyway.
second.
There are a bunch of... So, you're in a dirty alleyway. You're all looking around, and coming out from another alleyway, this splats a rotted head of cabbage. And chasing
Really
after
glad you
that...
said cabbage, my man.
I know!
Really
Not a head.
fucking glad you said
Not a
cabbage.
head!
And jumping out from the alley and scooping it up and saying, "I got it," is about an 11-year-old Diedrich.
Oh my god.
And Diedrich tosses it to the adjacent alley, and to the perpendicular alley, and you all turn through the alley, and you see that there are a bunch of kids, all street urchins playing in the alley. Diedrich they're all kicking around this head of cabbage. There are 3 or 4 older kids that are playing and kicking this head of cabbage around. And as they seem to be having a really good time. Diedrich, you recognize the 3 people that are with you. There's Shades Putnam, Jesse 9 Lives, and then this guy Penn Warder. And so the 3 of them, they're like, "All right, Diedrich, yeah, come on in." you all begin to play kicking around this head of cabbage. And you all notice that Diedrich makes this really hard kick and kicks the cabbage like all the way over Shades Putnam's head, and it lands in an open garbage container. And Diedrich just cheers, and then he stops, noticing that his three friends are looking horrified, or looking nervously at him. And Diedrich kind of like does one of these, and he then turns around and sees that there are several adult men on the other side of the alley. And they all seem to be looking intently at these four kids. And there is a moment of tense stillness. But then the children all make a run for it. The men give chase. One guy grabs Diedrich by the collar and begins to pull him back. But that guy, Penn Warder, he's got a little wooden stick, and he strikes the hand of the guy that grabs Diedrich, and he lets go immediately. Diedrich drops to the floor. Penn pushes Diedrich back toward the opposite end of the alley, and he just shouts, "Run!" And he himself gets taken. Diedrich panics and flees down another alley. And then later that day, we see Diedrich, Shades Putnam, and Jesse Nine Lives meet up with each other. Jesse Nine Lives, he tells Diedrich, Penn was taken. And they all have a moment of silence when they realize what exactly that means. And Diedrich, as he's sitting there, looking down, something moves in the corner of his eye. And he looks up at a different garbage can. And there's a little snail crawling along the rim. And Diedrich, he holds out his hand, and the snail just kind of like slowly does a little slime circle in his hand. And Shades, he says, "You got a new friend, Diedrich?" And Diedrich, what does young Diedrich say?
Diedrich says, Yeah, a new friend for the group. Penny.
And
I fucking cry.
and so yeah, I have RP moment written in my notes. So so more trouble. You see that this you see the shimmer begin of a door, but I'll say that this is your opportunity.
So I move over to Diedrich, and I just kind of like I wanna make sure that Diedrich's okay, and just
Diedrich is not sobbing. Diedrich is not like shoulders crying. There's just streaks down the face. And he's got his hand over, and here's another fun fact for you. I think that everybody knows what pocket Diedrich keeps Penny in out of the many pockets that he always has, and it is the one right on his chest. So he's got his hand like over his heart. Which side is my heart on? Whichever side the heart is.
The left.
The left one?
Sorry,
Okay, sorry.
I had to
Yeah,
attack
I
you.
did too. I did too. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So Diedrich's got his hand over his left breast pocket, which everyone knows houses Penny. He doesn't take Penny out. But he holds his hand there, and his tears are just streaking down his face. And he says, I've always been looking for a family. We never liked being alone. And that's all he says.
More Trouble kind of nudges and like gestures towards the rest of the group. I don't think you're gonna be alone. You have all of these people, and that's why we're doing this. Because the best way to fix what's going on in the present is to look at your past and move forward to the future.
That was really nice. And at that, the door begins to shimmer into existence.
Ariel, do you need to do a lap, bestie? I know.
Oh no, it's working.
Ariel needs to jog around the house 2 times. Are you okay, bud? This is rough. This is like not cute.
It's alright. This is the healing.
This is like just like a
Quick,
quick.
Tyler, do something flirty.
No, the quick.
Aren't you wearing your Hot Girls Cry on Stream shirt right now?
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, that's
So
the thing
fitting.
about D&D, right? Is like you can play characters that are completely different from you as you are in real life. You can be someone so incredibly different and still learn something that you take home. Like this kind of game, it just makes you a better person on the inside. Like there's so much about this that like I don't know, I always learn something new about myself, even if my character is a completely different person than I ever am. And I love D&D. There is something really special about RPing with your friends.
I mean, look how nice More Trouble is. I'm an asshole.
Yeah, that's true. You were a complete weird.
about
Masquerade was
different
a
than your
different
elf.
freaking night.
You know what the coolest part of D&D is?
What?
Wrangling.
Flirting.
Wrangling.
Yeah. So you all walk through the door.
Thought I was drinking piss.
No. No, that's not. No.
That's the second best part.
Second.
Yeah. So you walk through the door, and there's a very different scene. You're no longer in the streets of Sunhome. You're no longer in a city. You are in a very old-looking house. And in the window outside, the sun is beginning to set. And there is a bed in this room. Across the room, there's a small fire in a fireplace being lit. And in this bed, there is a woman. She looks like she might be in her 30s. And she's quite pale. And quite thin. And she's laying in her bed, her back up against the top of the bed. She's sitting up. And laying next to her is a... Oh, why the fuck
An
are you
ambulance.
gonna do a siren right fucking now? God damn it!
Laying next to her is an ambulance.
Laying next to her is an ambulance.
A full-sized
cool.
ambulance.
Laying next to her is a little girl. This girl has jet black hair. And the woman looks at little Raven and she says, "Little bird, I have a gift for you." And she reaches off to the other side of the bed and she pulls out a small box and she gives it to Raven and she says, "You know that lullaby? Well, it came from this. It's what I would listen to when I was a child and I learned the song, and well, I want you to have this." And she gives it to Raven and she leans back, taking a deep breath, and Raven opens the box and this song begins to play as Raven is listening to it and her mother begins to sing. And Raven, you remember the warmth of the fire, laying curled up in your mother's arms. And you also know what happened not long after this night, when everything changed. And you remember the pain and the anger and the fear and the uncertainty. And while you know that you held on to this memory, it has become hazy and unfocused over the years. And you were afraid that you might have even forgotten it in all of your solitude for all of those years in the woods. But now, hearing this song again, it's all come flooding back. And it wasn't easy, especially at the end. But you remember the love between the two of you. And the five of you look at little Raven, trying to stay awake as long as she can, but eventually begins to succumb to sleep. And Raven, you remember your mother telling you many times, "My little bird, I love you more than words can say. And no matter what happens, no matter where you find yourself, I'll be with you. You keep me strong." And Raven, you didn't realize it at the time, just what kind of condition your mother was in. But you see now that this was near the end of her life. And then you fall asleep.
Holy shit, you really do pick on Raven, huh? Oh my god. Holy shit.
So
Jay stands next to Raven and puts her hand on her back, just like briefly, and then takes her hand away.
Dietrich is trying to hold her hand. I don't know if she accepts it or not.
I think I'm torn. I'm like trying to Ariel. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if like, cause I was crying at dueling badgers. Like I was already,
Yeah.
and I feel like I'm like clouded, and I can't like, I don't know if Raven would be like pensive and like nostalgic, or just like on her knees and weeping. Like I just don't know.
mm,
I wonder
that's fine.
I wonder if this would be like one of the first times that you would ever show that kind of like that amount of emotion in front of us.
Right.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe the answer is still no, but like on your knees and weeping would be definitely the first time we've ever seen you like that.
Also,
Right.
so also more trouble. You do see the beginnings of the final door beginning to appear, so you can take this opportunity to,
Okay.
or I guess all of you can take this opportunity to do stuff.
So, we've been through all of your pasts. We've seen the sweetness of a little badger, the hardships of a pirate at sea, the terror, really, of growing up on the streets. And I just hope that this brings you all a little bit closer and you know each other better after all of this.
Dietrich goes up to Raven and asks, "Is that your mom?"
Yeah. It was.
She seems really, really nice.
Yeah. She was.
Dietrich tries to hold Raven's hand.
I think she takes it and starts walking towards the door.
So, you all begin to make your journey towards the door. And you open it to this beautiful, calming light. And you walk through. Something different happens, though, than what you're used to. More trouble. Normally, when you cross through this final door, you all just wake up. However, there is a trembling, a vibrating in the air around all of you as you find yourselves in some kind of void. And hardtack, you feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand as you all hear the voice of his patron.
You will not escape so easily.
Is that the same voice we heard as of the tentacles? Like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, we
Same voice as the
recognize it.
tentacles.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This creature that you have used as a vessel to trespass on my territory. Well, it has secrets of its own.
And
Oh my god.
you find yourselves standing on a bridge in an area of pure shadow and darkness. The very wind seems to echo cries of pain and anguish, and there are these wraiths, these incorporeal beings of shadow and death that are floating all around this bridge. And this door, more trouble, you recognize the outline begins to shift as a creature walks out of it and looks at the five of you.
Oh my
A
god.
creature that is large and skeletal,
My
and
god.
it takes a lurching step out, and it seems to be it seems to be muttering something, and then it turns and walks back through the door and disappears. And then the door begins to shift, and it changes into what looks like the final memory door to lead you out. And you hear this voice in your minds again.
Find your way out if you can.
Alright, we're gonna start fucking combat. Let's go. More trouble
Yeah.
up first.
Okay. Is there any way that I could maybe, because I see all these baddies on the bridge, is there anything I could roll to maybe learn, like try to see if I know anything about them or?
Totally. Yeah, you can roll me either, and you can roll me an Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
You can roll me a Religion. Yeah, those two
Okay.
things. You can roll me an Arcana or a Religion.
Okay, well, they're both the same level, so let's do Arcana, I guess.
Nice, go for it.
I just click Arcana, right?
Mm-hmm. Ooh,
Oh, shit.
nice. So these creatures they're called petitioners. They exist in the Shadowfell. And they are incorporeal. It is very difficult to hit them with physical weapons that aren't magical. Or that don't have, Typically, typically magic is fine. Radiant damage is typically fine. But yeah, physical weapons don't do as much damage to them as, like, other things.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm gonna want to... How far do I move again?
Can you tell us that?
30...
30 feet, 6 squares.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna let them know everything you just told me about these creatures. because
Okay.
we're communicating as a group, because that's what we're working on, is working as a team. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna head up this bridge.
Okay.
How far do I go? Is it
6 squares.
3, 4, 5, 6? There's a ruler. Let me check the ruler. Where's my ruler?
I got you.
Oh, perfect.
I'm just pointing to different
50.
pictures.
Okay, cool. Then let me go ahead and do I have anything I can even do?
I believe Vicious Mockery is 60
Does
feet.
that? Oh, it is. It is. You're right. Oh my gosh, you're so smart. That's why you're in charge of
That's
us.
why.
That's why I'm in charge.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use Vicious Mockery on this dude that's closest to me on the bridge.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So let's see. What do I need to do?
So, in your character sheet in the core,
Yes.
you're going to... Vicious Mockery should be in your attacks.
Boom.
Oh, nice. All right, so it has to make a Wisdom save. These things are not very wise.
That's neither
that's
am
an
I.
8. All right, so it's going to take 1 point of psychic damage. How do you mock this? How do you mock this guy? What do you say?
All right, I gotta make this good. It's gotta hurt him. So I'm going to. I'm gonna scream at it that its mother was the morning mist, and everyone has been through her.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Wow.
And then
I love the thought of the rest of us just like hearing this and being like, the fuck?
you just
say
met
what
me
I
and I
thought you
instantly just start insulting things on a bridge.
Like,
That's
I'm like
I-
weeping and I'm like, what?
What did he say?
Snap out of
What
it.
did he say?
And then
Artak pulls out a little piece of paper and starts writing that down just for future reference. Puts it back in his pocket.
Oh my god.
and then can I do a bonus action?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yeah, what would you like to do with that?
I'd like to give Bardic Inspiration to Raven.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So,
Oh.
Raven, you now have a Bardic Inspiration die. Now, what does that mean, you ask? Well,
Please
I'll
tell
tell you. So, a Bardic Inspiration die, it's a d6, and you get
Okay.
to spend that d6 sometime in the next, 1,000 rounds, in the next 10 minutes. You get to
Okay.
spend that d6 whenever you want on an attack roll or a saving throw.
Okay, sick.
Or, I don't think it's a saving throw. Yeah.
It's kind of like
Just
a hero
an
point.
attack roll and ability check.
Are you
Kind
sure
of
you
like
want
you-
that to go to me?
Well, you
Considering
get
this
to
is like
see it.
magic.
You get to see it before, so you get to use the die after you roll.
Oh,
But
sick.
before you
Alright, so
know.
I can make an informed.
So if you roll,
Okay.
if you roll like a 10, you can be like, I could probably push it over.
And
But if you roll
yeah.
like a 2, you can be like, there's nothing that can help me at this point. Yeah.
My
And if you roll a
reasoning
crit-
for giving you the Bardic Inspiration is because magic was what's gonna help get these guys gone, and I know that you don't exactly use magic, so you're
Got
gonna
it.
need as much help as you can get over here.
Thanks, Busty.
I got you.
Nice. All right. So next up is Diedrich. Diedrich?
Edric. I think it died.
Cool.
Second story work. Okay, so the lay of the land here right now is this bridge is just like a straight shot, yeah?
Yeah, straight
What's-
shot.
What's under it? Like a steep drop?
It's just like a void is
Okay.
under
Nothing.
the bridge. But the
Nothingness.
bridge itself is about like 10 feet in thick.
Edric kind of wants to get on the underside of the bridge to hide and use second story work to climb across. Is that something
Okay.
I could do?
I'll say that to go on the bottom of the bridge, it will be too difficult, but you can definitely go on the side of the bridge.
Okay, yeah,
'Cause the
okay.
side has a lot of chips, and you can find enough handholds. And yeah, so I'll say that you can move, 30 feet?
Yeah, I have a speed of 30, but don't I have extra for my moon boots?
No, you have
can-
height.
Height.
Yeah, you have height.
That's
yeah,
right.
you can jump 3 times your normal jump distance.
Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna go on the side of the bridge to not be seen and be hidden. Move
Okay.
30 feet.
Nice.
And I think
So roll
that's
me
it
a
for
stealth.
me. Okay.
Well, so because you have your cunning action is
Another 30 feet?
well, it could be. Yeah, you can dash as your cunning action.
I don't know why that rolled twice.
Okay,
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Okay, so that
Right.
succeeds, right?
Well, you're not sure, but you hop off to the side of the bridge, just hanging onto it.
Yeah.
And yeah,
And
you can use your cunning action to
I'd like
dash if you
I'd
want.
like to do that. Yes.
Okay.
Can I do that and stay hidden?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yes, that's what I'd like to do.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So, yeah. Nice.
And that's it for me.
Yeah. Okay. Juniper, it's your turn. And then
Okay.
the wraiths, the petitioners.
Well, it's magic time, I suppose. Sorry, 1 second.
Okay.
I was trying to decide what to do, and I hadn't decided. I'm gonna go for it. Fuck it.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Can I cast Moonbeam?
Oh fuck.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh
Absolutely. The range is what, 120 feet or
120
something?
feet,
Hell
yeah.
Yeah. So you can basically hit any of these four.
I'm gonna do the closest, I believe,
This one,
just for practical
the one that
reasons.
got mocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one
Hell
that's still
yeah.
thinking about its mom.
Yeah.
Still, it's like my mom is not like that. All right.
My mom is
so.
not a slut.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and I think Moonbeam might be in your attacks, in your core, for like purposes of rolling and shit.
I just click.
And, yeah, you could probably just click the spell as well. Yeah.
I see.
Let's go!
Oh my god. All right, so it has to make a con save. Oh, that's not good for it. It doesn't have very high con.
Right.
That's it. Well, it
Oh,
crit.
critted!
Though the thing is,
Oh.
so you can't crit a saving throw. You just like can roll as high as you can roll.
Okay.
So it will take half. So it's gonna take half of 11, which we round up in this household. So it's gonna take 6 points of damage.
Nice.
However, it is radiant damage, so it takes double that damage. So the
Oh,
moonbeam.
nice.
yeah.
So it
So
actually
at
takes
first-
12?
Yeah, so so it takes the full damage. So it braces itself, but this brilliant beam of light erupts from the ground underneath it, and it consumes it, and it completely disintegrates the creature as it just cries out in this
Nice.
otherworldly wail of agony, and it vanishes.
Shit.
Nice job, Juniper.
Bye!
Would you like to move or use a bonus action? You are free to do so.
I think I'm gonna stay right where I am. I think I'm
Cool.
good. I think I'm okay. I don't know that there's much else I can do.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna draw the moonbeam, and then I'm gonna give control of it to you.
That stays there
Yeah.
for
Yep.
up to a
Yeah.
minute. So yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
gonna hang out thinking about my moonbeam.
Nice. Nice. Okay. So yeah. So Juniper, whenever you want to move it, just ping where you want to move it, and I'll just move it there.
Cool, perfect.
Cool. Very nice. So now it is the Wraiths' turn. All right.
Sick.
So the Wraiths begin to fly. They begin to just levitate forward as they
hate
draw
that.
on invisible strings.
I don't like that. at all.
No.
How good at
Whoa.
flying in a straight line are they? I'm just wondering
Good.
because there is a moonbeam.
Well, yeah. So I guess this one will move here first and
Ah.
then go. So it can go
Unbelievable.
here. All right. So one of them makes it right to more trouble.
Great.
No.
One of them gets to this point. Actually, I'm just going to move them 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 30, 35, 40.
Thanks, I hate it.
40, 60. Yeah. Boop, 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 boop.
And definitely none of them accidentally fly into that moonbeam. I'm just wondering.
Yeah,
I'm
none of
gonna
them
say
got
they
distracted.
definitely don't accidentally, like, this isn't the chase
Oh,
scene from
no.
Kenobi. You don't just run into a branch
That
that's
was
just there.
so pathetic.
Yeah.
Can we talk
Yeah.
about that break
Alright.
scene?
We can after this.
Y'all
So
never run into a branch. Okay, all right. Don't
Yeah.
brag about it. It's fine.
yeah, that's fine. So this petitioner, it reaches out a ghostly, shadowy claw to you, More Trouble, and there are these talons that begin to form, and it just slashes out at you.
I hate it.
What is your armor class, More Trouble? I feel like it's is it 16? No,
My
it's
armor
12.
class is 12.
Whoa. All right, well,
Whoa.
That's
I'm just
Well.
a little bard.
all right, well, you're taking 3 points of necrotic damage. As when
no.
its
Necrotic.
talons pass through your body, leaving no mark, but you feel incredibly cold where they pass through you.
Great.
Yeah.
Necrotic,
Actually, no,
more
the-
like
the rest of
erotic.
The rest of the wraiths are just gonna dash. So that's
Someday.
5
Hear
to
that.
20. Just gonna...
Am
Oh
I
my God.
right?
There's a few of them around me. It's
This
just a
one's
few of
this
them.
one's
The
gonna
bar,
dash.
the bar did dash
Uh,
in front of everyone.
I'm gonna say it spots you, Diedrich.
No, I'm hidden.
You rolled a 12. So
I think you rolled a 12.
He says in DM.
DM said
Alright.
sit.
I'm gonna start saying that in real life, like when people are like, "But I did that." You rolled a 12.
You rolled a 12, sit down.
Sorry.
Hardtack, it's your turn.
So Hardtack has no spells remaining.
Wait, what?
You have
I do have Eldritch Blast,
You
which
know.
You
is
did silly, goofy things.
I made water for a good reason.
Oh my
And
god.
And you
I
did
did that.
thaumaturgy so you could whisper in Juniper's
Thaumaturgy doesn't
ear.
cost anything. Thaumaturgy's free.
Thaumaturgy is a cantrip as well.
Um,
No, Eldritch Blast, it's
Some
your
of
bread
your
and butter.
spells.
You're good.
Holy
Yeah,
And
shit.
you have Tentacle of the Deep still, I think, right?
I do.
One left?
Yeah, as bonus damage,
So-
or a bonus action.
Tentacle what?
I was wondering, since you took a nap, is that like a
Yeah,
little
we're
bit of
asleep.
rest?
We're
for
asleep,
him?
DM. Come on.
No, it is not.
That's fine.
All right, so this is not,
Not
a
our
restful
only
nap.
like
Not a
super
rest.
fucking spell heavy. Okay.
Did I not take any
Let
damage
me
last round?
think
Because
here.
I'm good.
No, the wraiths had to dash to get to you.
No, I meant like last session because like I don't need a
Oh,
rest.
no.
I'm
I
good.
think you did. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. How far can I go? I can't get that far. Would they be affected by thunder, perchance?
If it's magical thunder,
Okay.
I would like to
Would
remind
we
you that
be
I
impacted by thunder?
would
Yeah.
like to remind
Yeah.
you that I am currently in
I
the
understand.
middle
Yep.
of these.
Hardtack
Yep,
has done this to us
I
before.
gotcha.
More trouble.
Um,
Of course, yeah.
so
Sorry.
I think first thing I'm gonna do is try to Eldritch Blast this
Okay.
little petitioner right there.
yeah. Go
Thanks
for
for
it.
not picking the ones in front of me.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
15 definitely hits, and that's so you have your ring of accuracy. So we're gonna add 1 to the damage, so that's 3 points of damage.
Fine.
Yeah, you blast. You point your finger with the ring on, and it's got this little laser pointer on the, and you just boom,
Nice.
blast out this beam of dark purple energy, crashes into the creature, tears part of it, comes off in shadow and mist, and it lurches forward. Anything else, Artag?
Yeah, I'm a summon a tentacle.
All right,
here.
it's time to draw.
Tentacle time. Let me put it right
Miracle
here,
time.
All right,
attached to
time.
this guy.
Somebody say tentacle time.
Tentacle time. Put the glasses on.
God.
Put the glasses. Yeah.
All right,
Are you hooligans
there
like
it
this
is.
every week?
Yes.
This is
Yes.
every week.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I'd say this is
And,
pretty tame, all things
yeah,
considered.
this is-
Yeah, this
This
is
is probably
really
one of the
tame.
Yeah.
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 Oh my god.
And then
Yeah.
it's gonna try to smack that.
All right. Oh my God, 22 damage, or 22 not damage, but yeah, 2 points of damage. Well, okay. All right. Whew. Yes, it smacks this creature, and
Acid, huh?
Hardtack
That's the
in the
same
back
one
of your
that
mind.
more trouble insulted.
It's cold
his-
damage.
Insulted? Yeah.
Oh, that one
No, I think that
died.
one got
And died.
Oh,
By
that's right, that's
Moonbeam.
right. Yeah, you moved.
Yeah.
But I bet they
Hardtack,
all felt that insult a little bit.
You
think
hear
you're
the
right.
laughter of your patron as you summon the tentacle, and
Oh.
and it smacks this creature. Nice. Raven,
Hey, buddy.
it's your
Hey, buddy.
it's your turn.
Sick. I'm really, really stoked to be a ranger right now with normal weaponry.
It's your
I'm
best
feeling
thing.
really great about it.
You got bardic
Um,
inspiration.
I'm a rogue.
Yeah. It's great. Everything's perfect.
Well, so
I'm gonna.
you do have. Do you have fire arrows?
I have 2 fire arrows.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Let's
I'm
go.
sorry I bought moon crocs.
And they're incorporeal.
They're incorporeal except to magic. And
What
the
does that
fire
mean?
arrows are magic items. So incorporeal
body.
is
Sick.
like
Okay, can
those,
I hunter's
like,
mark and use a
tangible.
fire arrow on
Hell
somebody?
yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely you can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you cast Hunter's Mark. We're gonna
Yeah,
check
yeah,
that
yeah.
off, and then you're gonna fire a fire arrow. We're gonna check that off.
Yeah.
So now,
Yeah.
which one are you doing these things?
You
to?
know, that's a very good question. DM Daddy Tyler, let me just use my brain for like 3 seconds.
Okay. Okay.
I have a good brain. I can use it real good.
You have good brain.
It's a great brain.
Yeah.
You got it.
Here's what I'm thinking. Hear me out.
Okay.
I'm thinking this one
Okay.
because I'm
Go for it.
really worried about more trouble right now.
That is a sound worry. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So you pull your bow back and you
Uh-huh.
let it fly,
Uh-huh.
and as it arcs, the arrow turns to a bolt of flame. So go ahead and roll me a longbow attack.
Okay, hell yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Let's go.
nice.
Love that.
Oh my god. Alright, so yeah, that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points of damage. The arrow mixed with Hunter's Mark and the fire arrow, so
Uh-huh.
it's this bolt of flame that is
Uh-huh.
has this green spiraling energy coming around it, like a spiraling helix of green and red,
Uh-huh.
as it lands in this creature and it sets on fire, and you see this fire coming out of its eyes and its mouth, and it explodes. You
Oh
killed
my
it.
god.
Nice job.
Incredible. I am a god.
Let's go.
Nice.
True,
Your
yes.
wolf also gets to go if you want.
Um, Yeah, I have a question about that because my wolf, I was
Magical wolf?
unsure if
Yeah,
my
the wolf
wolf
came. Yeah, into this journey.
Well, I know the wolf is there.
Okay.
His little
Yes.
picture is right next to me.
Okay.
And also he's my emotional support puppy, so he's with me everywhere.
Here's your pillow.
He's my pillow.
Mhm.
But the question that I had was, does he count as a traditional weapon? Like, is he like a traditional like?
That is
guess
a
he's not.
Magic
great
wolf.
question.
He is a
Daddy
magic
DM.
wolf, but I do see under his actions that he's melee weapon. So
Tyler, good. That's a good question.
That is a very
I
good
told you I got a
question.
good brain.
A great brain, even.
Let's see. It acts on your turn. It can move and use its reaction, unless you take. Oh, okay. I see. So what I've learned right now is
Yeah.
that it's not. It's non-magical damage.
Damn.
But
Ooh.
you have to use your bonus action to command it to do something.
Oh.
So you used your bonus action for Hunter's Mark.
Okay. So then I can't have my wolf
Right.
go.
Well, you
Lucky
can't
for
have
me.
it attack, but it can move on its own.
I see. But it could not attack.
Right.
Lucky for me and past me, I typically don't do extra things anyway. So
Yeah, I don't think
it's
we've
not like
messed
I
that
would have
up.
been cheating.
Yeah.
Yep.
I also didn't
Everything's
know. But
Yeah, no, this is fine. This
okay, good to know. I guess
nice.
I'm not gonna have my wolf do anything then. So I-
Okay. That's fine. Yeah. All right, more trouble. It's your turn. Top of the round.
Yeah.
Hit 'em.
So I am fully surrounded.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How far away? Y'all are like 30 feet and
Yeah.
25. Okay, cool. Love that for me.
Cool.
Okay. I'm going to, let's see, 15-foot cube. Cool. I'm gonna do Thunder Wave on all these dudes around me.
Oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Go
So-
for it.
Oh my god.
How do I? So I do
So-
Thunder Wave, and then
And then, at what level would you like to cast Thunderwave? I think you have access to second level spells.
Yeah, I'm
So
gonna
you can do it at level 2. And
I'm gonna
crank
cast it
up.
at level 2.
Fuck. All right. Yeah, go for it. Oh my god. So that's 16 points of thunder damage. All right. So more trouble. How do you like to cast your spells? It's your eloquence, right? So you use your words, right? So
Yes.
what do you say to cause this wave of thunder as I roll the Constitution saves for all of these guys in a 15-foot cube?
I would like to make this very cheesy because it's Thunderwave, and I would like to just shout, "Let's make some noise."
Yeah!
Incredible. Incredible.
Excellent. Amazing. So, do you want this to go, like, where do you want this cube to originate from? Because basically, so this is a 15-foot cube. I can have it, basically, it originates from you. So you can have it, as long as you're touching it, you can have it, do, anything. You can have it hit 2 petitioners at a time.
I want to hit the 2 that are closest
Like
to...
these?
No, closest to them. So the ones... can I, like...
These 2?
Yes, those 2.
Nice. Perfect. Okay.
The ones going closer to them.
Nice. All right, so I'm going to roll 2 con saves.
So altruistic.
I know.
So that's the one on the left. That's a crit fail. And then a 17. Okay. So gonna take this one, the one closest to Juniper, it begins to move toward you, Juniper, but you hear, "Let's make some noise!" And its form vibrates and destabilizes as it completely just vanishes. And this one over here, having already had taken some damage from hardtack, takes another 8 points, which is... Yeah.
Let's go!
It also vibrates,
Youch.
and the tentacle is wrapped around its throat, but it just disappears into nothing.
Amazing.
Very
I just
nice
look over
roll.
to everybody else, and I just have a thumbs up.
Yes!
Anything else more trouble? Or are you good?
I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Diedrich.
Nice.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a little
Oh,
concerned with you over by the ledge.
Me too,
With
bestie.
2 of them.
Yeah. Well, it's your turn, Diedrich. So,
Oh, I
what would you
see.
like to do? You've got 2 petitioners around you. They've got
You
really
talents
do.
coming out.
Okay, Diedrich is going to attempt to bone sword them. I know it doesn't do as much damage, but he's gonna try. So he climbs up the side of the bridge and swipes something on the side, but like one hand swipes the bone sword.
Awesome.
That hit?
So,
Okay.
so you stab at this creature, and Diedrich, you remember
Yeah.
something that you were told about the bone sword.
Oh, that's
and
fucking right.
If you look in
Wait.
your treasure description,
Wait.
actually, why don't you go ahead and read it out loud?
Wait,
Read your treasure selection.
Wait,
Read,
wait,
go ahead
wait.
and read it.
What did you do?
Wait, hold on. Where is it? Hold on.
It's not. It's in the tab that you were just in, the bio section, and it's in your treasure. If you scroll all the way down,
My treasure.
Yes!
go ahead and
A
read the bone
magical
sword.
rapier! Infused with silver steel, placed in the pommel is a small lapis engraved with the boulder shard sigil. It deals normal damage to incorporeal beings! Does! It gives +1 to attack and damage when striking in battle. The sword gives a faint glow with silver light. Let's fucking go! Does 14 hit?
So, yeah, 14 hits.
is
You
that
stab
5
it.
damage? Is that +1?
No, it's already incorporated.
Okay.
So yeah, you stab it in the gut, and the creature, it looked like it was about to lunge at you, and it actually stops, and its eyes contort in pain as it looks down at the rapier sticking into its body.
Let's go!
Very Nice.
Diedrich yells to the group, I forgot my bone sword is magical! And it's like holding
Bone
on
sword!
Yeah!
Nice. Anything else, Diedrich?
I think I might want to use my cunning action to disengage.
Okay, you do that.
Yeah, so
Please get off
I
the
think
ledge.
I'm backing up a little bit to
Yep.
disengage from those two. Okay, thank you.
That's right. Okay, yeah. You stab, and you're like, I forgot my sword was magic, and you're just like,
Yeah, exactly.
But like tight roping along the edge.
Yeah,
Just like,
I'm like
Oh,
this.
I'm-
I'm like this.
I'm picturing Mario when he's like on a
Yeah,
ledge.
yes, exactly. It's like, you guys, my bone sword, I forgot it's magical.
Amazing. All right, Juniper, it is your turn.
I would like to just. I'm gonna move my moonbeam. Can I move
Nice.
it all the way to over here?
You can move it 60 feet in any direction.
I forgot how to measure. I'll never learn. I refuse to
That's
learn.
Yeah, you
How
can
do
move
I
it
do
up
it?
to this guy.
Oh, sick. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I would like to move it into the to the guy right in front of more trouble, please.
Nice.
Thank you.
So Juniper, sustaining this beam, moves it over and pulls it back, and this beam just goes right up to this creature. So go ahead and roll me another moonbeam attack, Juniper.
Moonbeam, moonbeam, moonbeam.
I just click it again.
Yeah, just click it again, and then it should go up. And then it
Am I
has to make
I'm
it...
not casting it again though.
No. Well, so
Like because the website will think that I am, which is fine.
website-
Because I don't count. It doesn't count. It just
right,
like
yeah.
okay,
Right.
perfect.
You manually tick down your spell
Right.
slots.
So I'm not taking it
Yeah.
down, but I am doing
Right.
it the same way as if I were casting it. Okay.
Exactly.
Amazing. Great. We're there.
So that's 7 radiant damage from a 13. What is your spell save DC? It is 13, so it makes it. But it takes the regular damage anyway. So it's going to take 7 points of radiant damage. It looks very damaged. The beam blasts up through half of its body, and by the time the beam subsides a little bit, only half of the petitioner is left, and it's flailing wildly with its claw. There's dark shadow and mist coming out of its right half.
Gross.
Very, very cool. Juniper, I believe that is a bonus action
Moonbeam?
on each of your turns. Oh, use an action.
No,
Never mind.
it's an
Okay.
action. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
cool.
it.
You want to
That's
move, or
it
are you
for
good?
me.
Okay.
No,
All right,
I'm happy where I am.
Now it's the Wraith
Juniper's
Sisters'
just on the
turn.
floor.
The Wraith Sisters.
Yeah.
So these two wraiths, we'll have them go first. They float up to Diedrich and they begin clawing
No!
at you.
I disengaged. Get away from me.
So, I'm gonna say that this one.
How's that working
they
out
move
for you?
over, so they are flanking you, so they
Oh.
have advantage on their attacks. So that is going to be either a 20 or a 7.
Well, the
so
20
20's gonna hit.
Hits for
And
sure.
then either a 12 or a 20. All right, so
Well,
they
okay,
both
yeah.
hit. So Diedrich, so you're taking maximum 7 points of necrotic damage as this wraith grabs your neck and begins to choke, and its hands go into your neck, and it begins to just stay there. And then the second wraith, another maximum damage.
God.
My God. The
I'm
other
very
wraith
hurt.
reaches into your back and just makes a fist with its claws and begins scraping the inside of your body.
Diedrich, when hit,
Oh!
Diedrich, Diedrich looks at the guy holding his neck, and fuck you, and points at him, and casts Hellish Rebuke on. I guess
Hell
this
yeah.
both can I cast it on both of them, or am I only allowed to pick
Uh,
one?
Yeah, I think you only get one, but it uses your reaction. So you Hellish Rebuke once. Wow, that's
I'm sorry.
even
is
if
that
it makes a save,
21 damage?
even if it makes the save, it dies. So
I'm sorry. Wait, is that 21 damage?
Yeah, that's
3d10, right?
3d10.
I think we're
Damn.
fine.
You.
So yeah, and you point with your middle finger
Yeah,
at it,
yeah.
and this bead of fire comes out, and its whole body it just erupts into flame and disintegrates. It's dead.
Holy shit. Okay.
Wow, cool. All right, so the other wraiths are gonna go.
Great.
So this wraith goes right up to Hardtack, and it takes out a talon hand and slashes you across the face. 19 to hit.
That hits. Yep.
All right, you're taking 6 points of necrotic damage as it's
I was
ghostly.
gonna say, do you
you're
also
doing
have
it?
a rebuke?
Oh my god!
You thought.
Following,
I
Yeah.
do the exact. I was looking at Dietrich whenever he did it, and I was like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Good old tieflings.
oh my god! Its body also erupts into flames,
Let's
and
go.
it just.
Not
Like the
you
Witch King,
hitting
it
that
crumples.
21 as well is wild to me.
My
Look at
god!
that.
Wow, that's incredible. Oh my god. All right, and then these two are going to attack More Trouble. So More
Great.
Trouble. I'm going to say that they're also going to flank you. So you've got
Great.
either 11. Nope, Nope, that's not what it is. It's a 19 to hit and a 13 to hit. So I think
Yep.
both of those hit.
Yeah, they both do.
Oh
So you're
boy.
taking 11 points total damage. As they reach inside of your body, and you can feel your skin getting tight, and you can feel the blood beginning to rot in your veins.
I don't like that.
Hardtack, it's your turn.
Perfect. I'm gonna move the tentacle towards the one that is just moonbeamed,
Nice. Okay.
and use the bonus action to repeat the attack on it. So it'll be
Oh, nice. All right. So yeah. So a 10. Yeah. So
I'm
The tentacle
cackling
goes
at the
to-
like. Boop.
So the tentacle goes to strike the wraith, but it strikes at the missing half of its body, and it just flails in the air, and the wraith just tries to keep going at more trouble. And then, what would you like to do with your regular action?
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast this guy
Oh,
here.
nice. The one by Diedrich? Nice.
The one by
Okay.
Diedrich.
Yeah, get him.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that is 2 points of damage.
Am I
Nice.
crit failing both of these?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, yeah, it's minimum damage.
Hardtack is very distracted by his past. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, well, I will say that
I mean,
you
yeah,
are
this
reminded.
is literally, yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that Diedrich looks into your eyes, Hardtack, and you see the fear in his eyes, and it reminds you of your first mate, and you point your finger out and strike this creature. Raven, it's
Damn.
your turn.
Hey. My Hunter's Mark one is already dead, yeah?
Correct. You can use your bonus action to move the mark, though, if you'd like.
Yeah, I'd like to do that, please.
Yeah.
I'd like to, I don't remember, Tyler. What's my, like, I go at disadvantage? Is it just when they're right in front of me?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
This is
okay.
if they're
So, like,
point blank.
any of the remaining, like, I would be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna, I think, move it onto this one that's in front of more trouble.
Nice. Okay. And you're using your other fire arrow?
Yeah,
Or
I think
regular
so.
arrow? Okay.
No,
Yeah,
I
go
think
for
I'm just gonna say fuck it and do my fire arrow.
Nice. Go for it. This is so I will say that this is like memory space, so you're not actually using your real fire arrows.
Oh, nice.
What?
Well, I didn't know that.
Nice.
That's great.
It's
I
hard,
was still
this
willing
isn't
to
our
use my
physical
real
bodies in
fire
this
arrows.
place.
yeah.
Wait, are
yeah.
we incorporeal?
Does my is
I'm gonna pretend that's Juniper trying to say the word.
That's real
I don't know what
time.
that
Real
word
character
means, but I
sound.
like it.
Juniper knows like maybe 10 words.
Amazing.
One of them is,
Okay. So that's a 9. Raven,
That
would
is
you
maybe.
like to use your bardic inspiration die?
Yeah.
Okay. So roll a d6 in the dice roller.
I know how to do that.
And then-
I know how to do that.
All right. So
I'm
that's
really
10.
sorry if you guys can hear that, chat. My boss apparently is awake at 10:14, liking messages from Friday. So I apologize for the random Teams notifications that are coming through. I'm
no.
trying to end task it right now, but a couple of times
Wow.
throughout this, it's been like, bloop. Really sorry.
Wow.
Really sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately, so Raven pulls back on the arrow and releases, and the wraith ducks out of the way as the arrow goes sailing and lands there, which that would have dealt 25 damage. That's ridiculous.
That's
Holy
a
shit.
bummer.
Yeah.
Can,
Well,
what, I can't use a hero point, can I?
oh,
You
yeah,
have Bardic
yeah.
Inspiration too, don't you? Still?
Well, yeah, you can use
We
it.
already
You can
used
use a
it.
hero point.
I just
Oh,
used
oh.
my
Yeah.
Sorry.
my thing.
Yeah, you can totally use a hero point.
Get those buffs.
I feel like I kind
it.
of want to do that because, like,
Yeah, do it.
okay.
You just
What am
click
I allowed to
longbow again.
re-roll?
So you just click longbow again, and then
Okay,
it'll-
okay.
we'll take the second.
God damn it!
Oh no! What is
Holy
going
shit.
Right.
Tyler, don't make
What
her
is
do
that?
this.
Oh,
The
boy.
dice have spoken.
It's
Fine.
unfortunate.
It wasn't meant to make that arrow, I guess.
God
I'm
damn.
Okay.
Just pet your dog. It's okay.
He's sleeping.
All right, more trouble. It's your turn.
Okay. So I still got these guys around me and stuff. That's cool. That's fun. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Sorry, okay? I saw my mom. My aim.
I saw my mom.
Oh.
Shit.
I have a question. Can I do
Yes.
something a little wild?
Sure. Well, what?
I have a spell called Enlarge. Can I make
Right about
Deidre
that.
big?
Yeah!
Hit with the sword?
Hell yeah.
It says that I can use it on a creature, and I'm assuming that Diedrich is a creature.
Yeah,
And the
and it's-
weapon grows in
range is
size
30
with the
feet.
person.
Bone boy, bone
You're in. Yeah. So go ahead and put that in chat.
Okay, alright. Hang on, I gotta.
Hell yeah. This
Where
is
is
sick.
it? Wait, where is it? Or do I just click
put
the.
spell. Yeah, just click
Okay,
on the spell
perfect.
and show up in chat. And Diedrich. It's a willing creature, so I guess More Trouble just shouts like, "Do you consent?" And
Consent check.
and Diedrich grows to a large size category.
Bone boy, bone
Hell
boy.
yeah.
So, all right, that's your standard action. More Trouble.
Yes, bonus action.
Yes.
Wait.
It's-
Okay, wait. There's so much in here. When
So basically, all you need to worry about, Diedrich, is whenever you hit with an attack, you get an additional D4 of damage.
let's go. Okay.
Okay. And then bonus action. What can I do? Am I able to try to get away from these creatures? Or-
you can use your action to disengage. Well, or you can run, but they'll try and hit you on the way out.
Bone Boy's coming, so I'm gonna try to get out of here.
Okay.
How far can I try to go?
You can run 30 feet, so 6 squares.
Perfect.
Don't
I'm
go
gonna-
into the moonbeam.
But you
I
need to run.
didn't- So I gotta go around.
Yeah.
And
So basically you just like the first square is free, and then you just run. So you can get to about there.
like
But these
you said,
two-
like here.
Yeah, like there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll go there.
All right. So
that.
as you run, the wraiths begin to try and strike you.
Yikes.
Both of them hit you
Yeah,
on the
yep.
way out.
Great.
So you're taking 6 and 7, so that's 13 points of damage.
Are you dead,
Yep.
More Trouble?
As
No.
Okay.
How are
I'm
you
not
looking?
doing-
It's like
It's not
like
doing
running out.
amazing.
Yeah.
Can we
Not
get
dead.
a description of your current physical state?
10 out of 37 ain't bad for hit points, right, guys?
All right. Okay. All right.
Nice.
All right. All right. That's
All
good
right.
information.
Diedrich, it
Do
is
what you
your
can,
I
turn.
only have
boy.
6. Diedrich. First thing Diedrich does is takes out Penny out of his pocket. Penny big. And is holding
Yeah, I'm gonna
Penny
say that Penny is now a medium size. Like,
Diedrich
Now-
is pointing at Penny and the gang, like, look at it. Okay, then he puts Penny back in his pocket. He must take a bone sword straight down on the guy right in front of me.
hell yeah, go for
I
it.
like how you have enlarged, but it seems like your brain has remained the same size when you were small.
Maybe
shit.
if anything,
Damn.
right.
Wow. All right, so that's 9. So roll me a D4 in the dice roller. Oh my god. That's 12 points.
go.
So you take this giant rapier and you stab through the whole head of the petitioner,
boy!
and it just it discorporates immediately.
Can I use a bonus action to do an unarmed strike?
What? Are you a
He's
monk?
dead.
Not on this guy.
Can you do that with cunning action? I don't think so. No. Yeah, no. If you were a monk, then you'd be able to.
Okay.
I think you were very
Dang.
far from Monk.
Yeah.
So then Diedrich takes like 2 big steps forward.
Yeah, just boom, boom, and you step right next to these creatures. Wow, nice. All right, Juniper, it's your turn.
I'll just move the moonbeam to the other creature.
To this one?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. That happens. Go ahead and roll me a moonbeam.
Oh, I sure will.
Moonbeam, moonbeam, moonbeam.
Would you say that my moon crocs are magical?
Oh my god. 17 damage?
Oh
It doesn't
God.
matter if it makes the save. It doesn't matter if it makes the save, it's dead. So Juniper, weaving the energy, she pulls the moonbeam back once more from this other wraith, and it cleaves the wraith in half as it approaches, and it just vanishes in light. Very nice. And now it's the wraith.
I just want to make sure that I'm not cheating. It's been under a minute, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Because one round is 6 seconds.
6 seconds. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And we've only gone maybe like 4 times
Yeah,
maximum.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you're good.
Thanks.
No problem. So this wraith, it looks at Diedrich and it goes to attack you.
Hit me, do it.
That's a 10.
No, it actually
So-
doesn't hit.
Yeah, so you interpose your giant bone sword, and it's much like Aragorn with the King of the Dead. It catches,
Nice.
and it looks surprised. Hardtack, it's your turn.
Eldritch Blast that sucker.
Oh shit! All right, how do you wanna destroy it?
Hardtack. Can I kick it? Like before
I
you
mean,
spin
how
it,
does
like
that
you
Can
work?
you beat the speed of light, or
like you kill it, but I
there
wanna
is a
kick
beam
it.
of light traveling
doesn't
at
have a
the speed of light,
body.
straight at
My
this
moon
like
crops
right
are
between
magical.
its eyes.
You don't kick it, you blow it away.
So you blast it.
So it's not a blast.
So, anyways.
So you
Straight
blast
between
it.
its eyes.
The tentacle is holding it down, and it turns to look at you, Hardtack, and you just and blow it to pieces. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Nicely done.
Diedrich is
And we
hooping and hollering.
I have a growling wolf, like IRL right now. He's growling in his sleep, and I don't think that bodes well for us. Just saying.
Yeah.
Why?
So that the moonbeam disappears, the tentacle disappears.
I
Diedrich,
want
you
to
shrink
stay
back.
large. No, don't take that away from me.
Knock it off or I'll cast Reduce.
Wait, do it. Make me tiny.
Can I cast
yeah.
Goodberry? Now that we're out of combat? Or some
Yeah,
good
yeah,
berries?
I have 6
Yeah,
HP. I will take some of those for you.
Okay.
Okay, I got 10 berries. I'll share them.
Thank you. I have.
I need 0.
4.
So. Sure.
Nice.
6 berries.
Cool. So
do you want the rest? More trouble, probably, maybe.
Yeah, what do they do? What I
Oh,
You
sorry.
get
1 berry, 1 hit point. Or whatever.
Oh, cool. Yeah, and you had 6 of them?
I think 6 left, right? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can I also real quick cast Healing Word on Diedrich?
totally.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so I'm gonna walk over to Diedrich real quick, and I will get to say my favorite thing, which is my Healing Word. So I'm gonna put my hands right on Diedrich's shoulders, and I'm just gonna shake him a little and go, dumbass.
Oh, that's so
Do
good.
you need me to put it in the chat? The Healing Word?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, because you have to. He heals a D4, I think. 5. All right, so yeah,
Yay,
he heals
thank
5.
you.
Nice. Very cool. So you shake him and just go, dumbass! And Diedrich, you feel the corruption begin to leach out of you. The door illuminates
Oh boy.
out here, and it seems as though it's ready to accept the 5 of you. What would you like to do?
Hardtack wants to ask More Trouble because I'm assuming that More Trouble made a visible reaction to the creature that they saw at the end near the door.
Mhm.
Is that fair to assume, More Trouble?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that thing before.
Hardtack asks, so it seems like you might know what or who that is. Can you share that with the class, please?
I think that's something we should probably deal with after we get out of the spooky area.
Does it pose any danger to us before we walk through that door? What is it capable of? If you know.
I believe. Now I'm
Is it?
blanking
Yeah.
on the name. Is it what I
Yeah.
think it is?
It's Bodak.
It is.
Yeah.
It is Bodak.
Okay.
Okay.
I guess. Let's just hope your soul doesn't taste good.
It's probably pretty salty. Let's go through the door.
So you walk through the door, and you wake up.
Ugh,
Five
Oh,
of you.
thank God.
that was
And-
terrible.
Chare, so you wake up to Chare like flitting between each of you, being like, "Come on, wake up! Come on! Oh, come on! What the fuck is going on?" And he's just shaking all of you. And,
All right, what did you do?
Then when your eyes snap up, and he's like, "Oh, that was terrible. Oh my goodness."
Dietrich says, "Was that not supposed
That
to
was
happen?"
terrible for you. That was terrible for us.
He's
I-
like, "Look."
More Trouble immediately grabs Chare and goes, "You need to tell me what just happened."
So he says, "So this fucking guy," and he points to Hardtack. He's like, that fucking thing locked me out of your brains, so I couldn't control what was going on."
What
Yeah,
thing?
let's talk more on that. What's
I
that?
have to
thing?
admit, I had no idea that it would do that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
You seemed
Fucking
pretty
you.
calm. It almost seemed like you did know that would do that.
Artek, who the fuck was that?
I haven't been shared what the name is yet. I'm not to a level to know, but
A level.
it has something to do, and he kind of rolls up his wrist a bit and shows the mark that he has on his wrist.
Rolls
It has-
up his wrist? Like
no,
his
my sleeve on my wrist.
Yeah, he rolls
Sorry.
up because he's old. He's got.
I was like, I know the mark on his wrist,
unfold the
but
skin
damn.
that is wrinkled down around my wrist.
He has like foreskin.
We're done. Keep it going. Keep it going.
And he shows the mark. He's like, "Oh, it has something to do with this. I really don't know much about it, but I've learned more today than I think I have so far.
So did me, the foreskin.
But yeah, that is the reason I have the powers that I do. That's
Because
all I really
Does
know.
that thing live in your brain, or does it just have access to your head?
Well,
Like, is that always there?
Well, I don't. I think it's fair to say that I don't have the power. That I channel the power through.
How did you get that power?
And Hardtack looks a bit more pained than he looked during the memory, like during the dream. Even more
boy.
pained to have to like think of or relive that moment.
I think
And
that
he just kind of chokes up
is-
and stops talking.
What?
thing is potentially a risk to us now. I don't
Artek,
know.
you have to tell us what's going on.
So Squiffy flies over to your shoulder, Hardtack, and just lands there.
That's ominous.
Hardtack just kind of looks up at Squiffy and kind of like pats him on the little feet that are standing on his shoulders. And I think Hardtack tries his best to convince them that he's not lying or trying to deceive,
Okay.
and says, "I truly don't know yet. All I know is Squiffy here is a gift. The powers that I have are a gift. And I've definitely had to pay a price for them.
Yeah,
But-
it seems like
The price of like
you got an
people?
invisible monkey in exchange for a terrifying demon in your brain.
Well, I guess that's the way it feels from the outside looking in, but from the inside looking out, it feels much, much different.
You're being so vague. I mean,
It's because it's if it comes off as vagueness or me trying to evade, I sincerely apologize, but I truly don't know what this
what price did you have
what
to pay?
this thing has in store for me. I don't know.
What price did you have to pay?
Again, he looks terribly pained. He looks terribly afraid
Oh my god.
Yoinks.
to, I guess, share that with the group, especially after what we had just gone through.
Oh God.
And he just kind of shakes his head and starts to walk away with Squiffy out to the common area.
Diedrich
Okay.
looks at the rest of the group and is we're gonna have to do something about that eventually.
Can I follow Hardtack?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. You follow Hardtack, and we'll get to that, and then something else. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
More trouble.
Okay, so I want to go over to Hardtack, who just left the room
Mhm.
after that, and Hardtack, if you're going to stay with this group, I think you need to be open to telling them what's going on, but also I think you might need to just try to accept their help with whatever you've got going on, because all of you have some wild pasts to get through, and I think it's best for you all to work on your issues, not by yourselves, but together. I don't know what's happened with your previous crew and what caused everything, but in that room is your current crew, and you need to stick by their side.
More trouble. I truly don't know. That's the difficulty here. Is I don't. All I know is I have this power, this second chance, this renewed sense of purpose, but I don't know what the purpose is. I haven't been told. I haven't been given guidance. I've been given power, but I don't know what I've given up in trade of that power. I don't even know if this poses any threat to me or if it's purely beneficial. I truly don't know.
Well,
All I know
you're
is I
figuring
had to give
out-
all a lot up.
While you're figuring it out, you should probably stick with them in the other room and consider them your purpose for the time being.
Protect just kind of nods.
Nice. So as this is happening, Chare is with the three of you, Raven, Diedrich, and Juniper, and he says, "So, how you all feeling?"
Terrible.
Okay. Oh.
That's all. That's all I've got.
All right. Well,
I'm surprised Juniper isn't standing up going like, I told you so, I told you so.
I did tell you so.
he's like, "Hey, all right. Well, bye," and he just like flies out of the room.
What the fuck? Fuck you, Jari!
I don't know how I feel about that one.
And so, Jameson Silvertongue, one of the bards, comes up to
Oh, yeah.
More Trouble, and he says, "You know, if you would like to help us, the best way to do that, I suppose, would be to find us employment in this city. We're going to need something to do other than clean up bodies after these four."
I think that I'm pretty sure I could talk to some people and we'll get that going for you. I'll do everything I can to help.
So he gives you a curt nod, and he extends his hand to shake your hand.
I shake it back. I'm not an asshole.
Yeah, you shake it back, and he just says, "Game recognized, game." And from there, there we go. So from there, we see More Trouble say goodbye to the party and goodbye to Chare. Any last words you have, More Trouble, for the group?
After what I've seen today, you all will be an amazing team, but you need to not only ask each other questions, but you need to accept the help from each other. I know that you, Diedrich, are looking up to Hardtack. I know Hardtack is trying his best to make some sense of what's going on for him. And everything is confusing, and that's just how things are, but you have each other. I don't know how you happened upon each other in the first place. But what I know is that if you work together and help out, you will be fine. I believe in you.
Nice. And
Thanks,
more trouble walks out the door.
Can I do one thing before I leave?
Absolutely, go for it, yeah.
I want to cast Unseen Servant, and I want it to punch Chare.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, we see Char is just like, yeah, so I just poof, and he's just like, it's like, what the fuck?
And you hear me shout out from the road, "Don't do that again!"
And from here, we fade to the next day. The members of the boarding house are preparing to go and receive their new jobs. And the rest of the party, the four of you, having breakfast, hear a knock at the door. Jameson Silvertongue, about to leave himself, rises and opens up the door. And a hooded figure rushes inside and removes her covering. The hiss of snakes fills the room as the king beneath addresses the party. I will forgo the typical pleasantries. I require your services. What I offer is a lucrative opportunity. I have recently become interested in an item of great value. Ordinarily, I would have my rogues handle this task. However, there is a level of affluence and she looks at hardtack, flamboyance needed. What I seek lies in a high house. House Omarin, to be precise. She slides a slip of paper forward and grins, revealing fangs. Well, what do you all say?